Oh, I'll drop a link in my.
Woo!
Yeah. Hey. Hey. It's just as much a
I
part of
just
it's
want
for
to make
using
sure
a.
that you know. It has one job. It's doing it well.
Oh.
Yeah. Puppy.
Don't forget brooding.
I'm kind of Batman.
But knows better.
Um, what do you guys think? I think maybe we should take him with us if we're about to raid a camp of tons of people.
I mean, we know that they're not going to betray us.
Yeah. Yeah, we could take some of them because it definitely may get into we may get into the thick of it. So, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So let's really quickly go over time because I know a big thing about the last one was I was trying to figure out what was possible under the obviously very strict timeline we're on here. So the attack is supposed to happen in how many? Let me put these notes. In how many days? / weeks? Okay. And that's including the travel time. So they'll leave before that because it's going to take them several days up to a week to actually take their boats into the area. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 But I could send someone. So I could send someone from the Wanshi tribe who's recognized, one of my council members.
How would you get him there? Like, how would you get a message to him or her fast enough?
That's on the way. Or no. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, Derek, we can't hear you in the actual stream itself. Yeah,
Am I coming through in the stream now?
give it a second on
showing?
the delay. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Strange. That means that
This whole time.
it's setting me as push to talk for the stream, but it wasn't before. I wonder why that is.
I'm a hot mess. I keep dropping everything.
Okay, so more or less, this isn't all the islands, but you guys
Okay.
are on the island here in the top.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I zoomed out too much. There we go.
Your Wanshi are over here on this island. Whispering
And the big one
Shore
is-
is right
yeah.
there. So you are going to have to sail. It's going to take 12 or 13 days to get, like, here, where the Corsairs are. Whereas it's going to take your Celestian ship about 5 to 7 days to get here.
Okay.
And you worked out if your Celestian ship goes back there, that leaves the dragon 9 days, and he should be able to cover this distance in 9 days. The Black Dragon, but there's no way is a ship going to get from where you are now to where the Wan Shi are, and then back over to the Whispering Shore.
And that's assuming we send a representative to the Black Dragon, not ourselves.
Yeah, this is assuming there's
Okay.
no way that you could make it back to your colony and then make it back to the city or the Corsairs before the attack happened.
Okay. Oh. What a bump.
I'm awkwardly moving around the map because I can't actually see the drawing. So,
You can't see the drawing?
Okay.
yeah, it's in
Yeah,
my
I
dark
still
area.
think that's the best plan unless
Oh.
someone has something else. I think if we send representative, try to get the Black Dragon to make his way there.
Hey guys, give me just a second. I don't even know if you can hear me. I'm having major sound.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you. Yeah, I still think that's the best plan.
Oh, yay, thank you.
Yeah, I just realized that was outside of your field of vision. Alright, so that's the best one. I know it's been a few weeks since it was actually spoken about, but that is,
Right.
or was at the time, the best plan that you guys had come up with. So is that what you want to stick with now?
Yeah, and then the White Dragon was like, he's totally in the opposite direction, right? He's like northeast of where we're currently at, so
no,
it's just...
the White Dragon is further away, like way off the coast here. Like there's outer islands to the island chain,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah, so he's
he's
not even...
like another 5 days from the Wan Shi Island over that way.
Oh, man. If only we had this information 2 weeks ago.
If only.
Yeah. What do you guys think? I think that's the only solution is to try to cut off the attack by the other guys to try to hope that the dragon won't do it if he doesn't see them. And in the meantime, we can have people sail. So we'll send a representative from here to my island, tell someone to go talk to the Black Dragon to fly over here, and then have someone else do a boat this way. They won't make it in time. Son of a bitch.
You were sending the Celestian captain is going back to the Wan Shi Island as your representative.
Right. But there's no way. The only possible way to warn someone in the city is if we do it. If we leave now, and we'll have about a half a day ahead of time.
Yes.
If we're lucky. If the winds are with us and everything.
Correct.
Fuck. That's
I can make the winds with us for a little bit.
Garbo. That's
'Cause
total
that means
Garbo.
you also have to, if you're looking to completely avoid the Corsairs, you have to sail wider around the west coast of that island than you otherwise
Right.
normally would to skip that island altogether.
And there's
I
no
can
way
hear
of,
now.
there's no way
Yay.
of pushing our way through the land that we know of. I mean, we'd have to like fly over is the only...
The main island is a mountain chain from northwest to southeast. The middle of that island is just a series of mountains that rise up with plains on both sides.
What if we flew a dragon?
Well, that's
I
the idea.
wrote-
The dragon, your Black Dragon, should make it there on time, but he's not going to be able to carry more than one person, maybe two. If he was able to carry anyone for that long distance.
He could carry a person. He could carry one small person.
Can you hear me?
One small mage.
Luckily, he's not the dragon that mage would stab in the throat, given the chance.
Yeah, I'm cool with that dragon.
So, hey, Revan,
Hmm?
I have an idea.
Yep.
If we ride and we ambush the Corsairs and do our best. If we send you with the captain to ride, and you ride with the Black Dragon, you essentially are the representative at this point. And one, you show peace. You show that the Black Dragon is obviously not there to attack him, because that's partially a problem that we haven't even brought up yet, is that he was just flying into the fucking city. Could you warn someone soon enough? You have a half a day, maybe a day. You're arriving on the day. Do you think you could do that?
In theory.
But like for real though, like, do you know what's it? It's not Runestone. It's
Whispering Shore. That's the name of
Whispering
the place.
Shore. That's right.
Here's the
how
one.
How many
catch
times
with
have we
that.
been there?
You've been there once.
Oh fuck me.
You've been there once. He showed up as part of the delegation from the academy at it's not Iron Tree, Valersk Academy. So if he shows up by himself with no one else there, before anything else, they're going to want to know what happened to the rest of the expedition, and then find out that Ming is dead and all sorts of stuff. But he doesn't really have any authority.
Who has authority?
I mean,
besides me,
you have some authority,
right,
given to you by the prince. He doesn't. The admiral that runs the city, he knows both of you. Well, he's met both of you. But also, if the Black Dragon flies him into the city, that means that there's a chance that the Black Dragon will be attacked when he enters the city. And two, if the Black Dragon flies him to the city rather than waiting, like, to attack whatever is left of the foreigners or Droglin or the other dragons, that means he's not any sort of surprise.
Right.
The attacking force, or what's left of it, is going to know that he's there, which might dissuade them. But from what he himself has told you, the other dragon, the Black Dragon that was working with the Dark Jailers, is much older than he is.
Yeah. I also don't like splitting up the group. But I think if we warn them, it'd be good. I just don't know how. How do you defend against a dragon attack?
With a Sandre?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
And we also
to-
saw how
how do you
great
get 'em to
Blackstone
land?
did.
How do you...
I mean, actually, Blackstone did fairly well, considering. Most of their deaths were outside the walls of the city.
But Whispering Shores isn't reinforced
Defensible.
the same way. Yeah.
Whispering Shores is a walled city. It's just not... It was never built to be a fortress. It's built to be a trading outpost with a large harbor.
It was never meant to withstand a friggin' dragon, basically.
There is a lot more wood in those buildings than in most of the Empire. Yes.
It's gonna go down.
So, I mean, I still think then... I don't think we're going to have time to warn them. I think it would be best if all four of us go with some companions to attack and just hope that thwarts the entire attack.
Plus, as...
I thought that we had established me going in first to...
Oh yeah, that's still the idea, is like,
Yeah.
we'll give you like an hour or two to see if you can just assassinate a captain and just completely
assassinate
throw-
all of the leaders, basically.
And if that doesn't go in, we just Sandre it. Just straight bamboozle the shit out of that
Straight
place.
That should be a t-shirt.
That's what we're calling
Just
it.
straight Sandre.
That's plan Sandre. But we're going to
Plan
start with Plan
Sandre.
Malera. That's the first one. And then Plan Jayu is the absolute last, where we fail and hopefully the dragon, but after
Doesn't-
our shenanigans, and then the dragon comes, they're like, ah, fuck this is too much. They didn't pay us enough. Maybe.
Maybe.
And we
Yeah,
don't know anything about
that's
these
the
dark
best I
jailers. They
got.
may be paying them in souls.
Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Not related.
Yep, that's the best I got. So let's do that. I mean, we're just basically no change in plans then.
As a reminder, Lied told you, there's at least a dozen human corsair or mercenary ships.
And we
plus
just-
1
we
orc
could-
Yeah.
mercenary company.
So if we just
Right.
destroy the ships,
If you destroyed the ships, no, just as a reminder that like it is
it's a lot of shit.
it's a fair number of people for a compact area. Like it's not a 1,000-man army or anything, but you might expect 20 to 50 guys for a fully packed Corsair ship. They probably vary in size. Like they're not all going to be the same number of people, and they're not all necessarily going to be combatants. But it is a lot of people to go in there with less than your full team.
So we definitely need to do something covert. We either have to blow the ships or kill some people, kill some important people, because there's no way we're just gonna manhandle our way through like 500 some odd like half-leveled fighters.
And if you still want me to go, I can. You just got to be careful about not getting hit.
So
Well, I think we still need you. I don't think that you riding the dragon is gonna work out.
you don't have the hair for it.
Yeah.
I have a billowing hood. Thank you.
It also puts you at just doing nothing for like an entire game, which is no fun.
I mean, that's usual, though.
Here's
The past few games have been a lot of build up.
Here's the question. If you're gonna ride a dragon, though, you need to have like a summer outfit and a winter outfit, both ready to go off screen, just in case.
Because you never know. You never know what's going to happen.
And you have to be ready to have sex with Jon Snow.
I'll add it to the list of things.
Not
There
it.
you go. If you're gonna be a dragon rider, that's all I'm saying.
Ride the dragon.
I mean, I gotta have a reptile to replace the one I had before.
Oh,
Ooh.
I mean, is there any other information that Lied would have as far as like stopping these people? As far as like the ships go, or the
Didn't Leon leave? I thought he's gone now. Like, we can't ask
No,
him any more
we're-
questions.
you haven't
No.
left yet. He said
Oh, okay.
if you
I thought he left is what I was saying.
no, this is his camp. You guys are
Left the
leaving.
tent.
that's why we're talking about
And-
it now.
But he said
before we
if
leave.
there's absolutely anything else that you need, like once you guys leave, there'll be no way to contact him. There's no like.
We're just
magical
in the
bar.
corner, like, huddling, and he's over
Do you
there,
have
like,
explosives?
I'm not in the
GD,
room
guys. GD.
Do they have
I think I left the room, yeah.
explosives? No, they don't
Yeah.
have explosives. They have a myriad of potions and poisons.
Ooh.
A myriad.
I mean, if you had about a half a day to destroy,
We don't
20
have
ships,
half a day.
No, but we will when we get there. To destroy 20 ships and or 20 ship captains. How would you do it?
That's our job to figure out, man. We're outsourcing now
I
to the
don't-
people who gave us the job.
I don't want to figure it out when we show up is the problem.
Isn't that how we normally do it?
Yeah,
Which has
and
worked
that's-
out. I mean,
No.
three of us are practically dead already. One of us, at least, is dead inside. So, like, this
Sure.
is,
Sanche's the only one left with a spark, and
he's
No.
technically half dead.
and,
half dead.
and he's tied to Zhou Yu. So
Like, if you're a bird, I'm a bird, Jayu.
So no explosives. Mm,
Ignis.
Ignatius? You want me to Ignatius the entire ship of boats?
I mean,
What are you gonna do? Douse Ignatius in water?
I mean, reasonably, they'd all have to be destroyed in the same general time frame because as soon as they start going down, people are gonna,
freak
you know,
out.
figure it the fuck out. Yeah.
So maybe you
All
just
right.
go for the largest ships first.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, how about while you guys are setting fire to things, why don't we set fire to things perhaps after we've at least taken out some sort of some semblance of hierarchy that they have?
But again, even if we kill, so part of the problem is we go there. Any sabotage we have to do has to be an incredibly small time frame. Because if you're killing people, they're gonna be noticed. I'm sure it's a very small camp, even with a lot of people. A captain missing is gonna go noticed. 3 captains missing is gonna go incredibly noticed. And we need to kill probably at least like 5 or 6 for it to even make a noticeable dent in what's happening. So like we'd have to do that in probably less than 30 minutes, and to like go there, do reconnaissance, and then actually do that successfully all in like an hour. Yes, Andre.
Can we call a captain's meeting?
There's an idea.
We can't call it like a parlay type deal, and then we just slash their throats.
Why can't we do that? That's actually a really great, simple idea. Why can't we say,
Get
hey,
them all on one ship?
I don't think humans.
Ignatius, I jump off board. I
well,
have
one-
kills.
They're not pirates,
yeah, but
and
But
they don't
that-
know. They might
but
not
Revan's
honor
a hu-
parlay.
Revan's a human,
Kind
and I'm a human, and he is obviously
Let's be honest,
a bit more
Valera,
trustworthy
if
than I
if
am.
someone had negotiated parlay, would you not do anything? Would you actually listen to them?
Of course not. I thought the whole point was to lure them into a false sense of
So these are people probably just like you who are just being paid and don't give a living shit about honor or anything. So I don't think being like, oh, can you give us 20 of your most important people? Everybody else needs to be away. They can't have weapons, and we're gonna.
Why would we do that? We could say that they have weapons. I feel like Sandre could take them.
You
We
guys-
just won't let them see Sandre.
You guys
Also,
paint a
they're
really
probably-
dark picture of humans.
They're assholes.
We just need to get all of them on one ship and sink that ship.
Oh
if
yeah,
you really
that's
want,
even
I can
easier.
just get there, play espionage.
Well,
raise some
yeah, I
trust.
mean that's the whole idea.
Valera
that's
tries
what
not
we're
to
doing.
laugh, but truly mirthful laugh. Like it's scary.
God, this is gonna be so hard. Okay, well we have to leave at this point. We have to go.
Wait, couldn't Revan just teleport? I mean, anywhere within 100 feet, right?
So
Couldn't he just teleport captains places?
Yes, I can,
he's
but
gonna-
they can
If
save
he
against
attempts
it.
to take a target against their will, there's a save.
yeah.
Oh, then never mind.
And he
I
can't.
don't, I
Also,
don't know
he has
how
to-
magic works. I don't do
And
magic.
he can't teleport to somewhere that he can't see.
Okay.
Also, he has to be within hugging range, which is also conveniently within stabbing range.
Conveniently close, as if it were a balancing factor.
So,
I mean, but if I'm friends with that person,
Are you
all right. So
capable?
we're not gonna add befriend the people before we sabotage them in our list of things to do.
What is this, Persona 5?
Yeah. We come bearing gifts of poison and sabotage. All right.
need-
Well, we
Alright, just real quick. Alright, what are you at on Conjuration, Revan?
I am pretty high on I'm still at adept level. Conjuration.
Okay, so
if only we had Ming.
if only you had.
I
If
know.
only you had catch and release,
Mm,
so that you could target someone, sheath them in crystal, and then just teleport them 100 miles
I
away.
mean, could
into the
like
ocean.
brimstone barrage the whole thing?
I actually
yeah.
do have the scroll for it, so I can learn it once I'm expert.
There you go.
Brimstone?
No, catch and release.
Oh, I got excited. I was like,
Catch-
do it.
Catch and release is a forceful teleportation.
Ooh.
I have I have the mini version of Brimstone Barrage.
What is
The
that?
grenade.
Yeah, the blasting rock.
There, Revan has explosives.
Yeah,
I've
it's
had,
true.
I was the OG
a
explosive
blasting
user.
rock is not going to destroy a ship enough. Like they're meant to take cannonballs several times before they sink.
So let's
still
light
want-
Sandre on fire and throw him.
There
I'm
are,
not
there are no
fireproof.
cannonballs, just as a reference. There's no.
Oh, they're not
cannons.
raiding ships.
No.
We still
there are
have
no
that
cannonballs.
barrel.
There aren't cannons in general.
Guys, don't we still
There-
have that barrel that had all that stuff that blew up that other ship in the ocean?
What type of ships are these? They're just personnel carriers?
The combat ships, like this is still the era of combat ships, are reinforced ships meant for ramming. And with magic being a regular thing here, it's a lot easier to just
Pile on mages.
to put a mage on board that throws a ball of fire at another ship rather than spending the hundreds of years of like ingenuity to go from discovering basic blasting powder to building iron shot.
Technology is hard.
You remember that time Phelps tailed other ships and had that like gigantic drill, and he would just go under the ship and drill through the bottom
Yeah.
to sink them? Does anything like that exist? Do the elves have something like that? Probably not,
The
because they
Celestians
never.
do that because they can almost breathe underwater.
And
I
I
can
can
breathe
walk.
underwater.
I
breathe
can walk
underwater.
underwater.
Can anyone make one of those in the next like week as we travel?
Do you
Sandre?
need one
Sandre.
though?
Axe.
All you would need is something that you could like slip between the boards of a ship and pry something open.
Guys, don't we have
I have a
that
crowbar.
blasting powder that we stole off that
I
boat?
did, but we didn't keep it. I mean, that's a huge barrel. We gave
But it's
it
on
to
the other boat.
We do have all that blasting
Didn't
powder.
you
He's
drop
right
it
though.
off on the colony island?
No,
Did we?
we didn't. No, we kept it on the boat. It was Zhao Yu's gift to the captain,
Yeah.
Wait, what was
and
my
she
gift?
said to keep. Oh wait, I wasn't there.
Remember,
What was
was
my
there.
gift?
she
Okay.
told
The
us
sword?
not to use fire spells because it could blow up.
Blasting power,
Yeah.
big
The
barrel.
blasting powder.
Oh. I mean, I could sabotage the boats, some of the boats, from the underside, while Sandre and Revan sabotage the boats with fire and explosives, while Nalera tries to kill some captains. But we're spreading our forces thin because if any one of those fail, the people are almost definitely fucked in the A.
Understand that both Sandra and I need to at least travel together.
To heal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the idea, is that you guys are together. Because I can just swim away
Forever.
forever.
And I could just jump in the water
Like,
and stay down
it-
there.
Yeah,
Till
so
the fish eats you.
like we
Yeah,
could
I
just
mean-
we could just hide for eternity and it's okay.
If we all can breathe underwater.
I mean,
So so that's why I kind of
wait.
like that one.
You all can breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of you. All four of you.
Well, fuck, guys, let's just sabotage the ships from underwater.
go.
Submarine.
All right.
tactics.
I think you
Plans go.
guys forgot that Sandre and Revan both have gills.
Oh, Revan. Sandra has gills. I don't think
Yeah.
Revan. Does you have? Do you have
We
gills?
both have the same.
Oh,
We
okay.
can literally
They- yeah,
just.
they
Our
both-
biggest problem is sharks now.
They both
Your favorite
dedicated
thing.
themselves to the Ebony.
I think we were both saying that too. We were like, but we can both breathe underwater.
I didn't know that you could both breathe. I knew that you had bubble, the bubble
Yeah.
face.
Oh, and if an aboleth comes, you guys will be its friend, and it'll help
Can't
us.
use that.
There's
Can't
no
say
such
that.
thing as that.
There's no such
yeah.
thing as aboleths.
An aboleth is a trademarked entity for Wizards
that's
of the
right.
Coast.
An aboleth.
A Lamba Lilith.
A
An Abba Lilith.
A Lambalon. The
there you go.
Totally different.
Like a snake octopus type being.
Yeah, the Snoctopus that lives under the
Octopus.
psychic.
There we go.
Psychic
Psychic
Snoctopus.
No,
Yeah.
that's a you're
That sounds
it's
terrifying.
unnecessary because a Snoctopus is already psychic.
Yeah.
What about
Well,
a
let's just do
Snarktopus?
that. Let's at least start with that then.
With a Snoctopus?
A Snoctopus
Yeah, with
is
the-
just a prestige.
Yeah, we're gonna sabotage them Snoctopus style.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We finally get to use these gills.
Do they
we
have more
found out how
crowbars?
long.
I have a crowbar, but
Oh yeah, no,
I'd like-
they've got crates of crowbars.
all right,
Let's
everyone.
get those
The only
crowbars.
problem is, Jayu, they
Strength checks.
is they took all the crowbars with them that they would have used to open the crates, which has been sitting there.
Oh,
I can conjure a crowbar myself, so I don't need one.
okay.
Well, it's a good thing we're all conjurationists. Oh, wait.
We
Does,
should get on my
um,
level.
Does the acid attack work on inanimate objects?
Yeah.
So I could just, like, stab things with my daggers and they would
Does
get
acid really
corrosion
do
damage?
on wood, or is it more effective against metal?
It does either. Acid just ignores corrosive, just ignores hardness.
Okay, so
Womp
Nalera and
womp.
I have a quick way to make holes.
Nalera can still wear, and you as well, can still wear the weapon down itself.
My adamantine dagger?
If you just
Or
spend like an
my
hour
Jesus
like
sword?
just stabbing a dagger into thick like sometimes
Gonna take an
metal-weighted
hour?
wood.
But
We
if
can give Nalera a normal sword because she can acid any melee weapon.
That's
Yeah.
true. Any melee
She's
weapon.
tons of
I could
daggers.
I could technically just take a crowbar, and that would be.
yeah,
I mean, theoretically,
crowbar.
I could just take Jayu's gauntlet off of him, so he no longer has a hand, and just
there you go.
That's mean.
You could just wield me,
I could just wield Jayu.
I don't think.
and then I'll roll on the floor. All right, so we head out then. I wish Lied the best. I thank him for the information.
Wait, so there's really no crowbars at all?
No, they do.
They do. It was a joke that they were all
Okay.
locked away within the crate.
So funny. Okay, but for real, we get crowbars.
Yeah, we get tons of them.
Question.
Yeah, we get all them
Would-
crowbars.
Would Bubby be able to punch through the bottom as well?
That would be loud though.
That would be something that Bubby would have to work very hard for. Like, that's a strength check.
Okay. Would bigger Bubby be able to?
Still a strength check. Bigger Bubby would have
Yeah,
a better
okay.
strength score.
What about the rocky one, the ground one?
Tremor? He can do it.
That
but
one.
He would probably drown.
I call him Pounder.
Can they do they breathe? I don't know.
He would sink down. I mean.
I mean, if it's shallow water, he'll be fine.
If
Also-
it's shallow water, this is going to be very difficult for us.
Yeah.
Oh, difficult for you. I can swim very fast.
I mean, I could.
I mean, I used to have a swim
Stand.
speed, but
But you
I don't know what happened.
I lost the thing that gave me that.
Ouch.
True.
Shit.
Seems like Erwin would have been a really big MVP this time. He had a 24th straight.
True story though. Irvin's been the real MVP most of this game. So
Is this where I come with the Russian attack dogs? That was
Yeah.
supposed to run under tanks.
There
Yeah.
you go. Or the bats that carried the conflagrating material that would all congregate in one building and set it on fire overnight.
See, if Erwin was here, he could have taken a ship by himself. He has a 24 strength score.
It's
Oh.
true. You guys should have replaced his teeth with like little adamantine teeth, like the Bond movie Jaws. Or that was Goldeneye, but Jaws was in it. But yeah, he could have just bit through anything. Now, is it
That'd have been
ethical
intense.
to replace his teeth with adamantine? It's probably not.
probably not.
Let me actually check Bubby's strength score. I need to find it.
All right, so you guys set sail on the foreign ship here.
Oh, also a question.
Yep.
Would the whirlpool be able to redirect the ships? Like, how big is the whirlpool? strong, I guess.
It says, I believe it says under the description for it, but the whirlpool is twice as large as the elemental is in size and 4 times as tall.
Okay, so bigger Bubby is large, so that means it'll be a 4x4 square.
Yeah, bigger Bubby. So it would be, yeah, four tiles wide and the equivalent of like 10 to 12 tall, depending on how tall Bubby is.
So in theory, it would be able to,
A small ship, perhaps.
yeah.
Paps.
Perhaps. All right, so you guys are on the foreigner ship now. Do you ask anything of Sten, the captain here?
Ask him if he has any ideas.
Oh, before we go, could I have gotten some of that black powder?
From Bonfa?
Yeah.
Now's not the time for drug use. We need to be clear-headed.
I don't imagine why not. You could have taken like, I'm trying to think of the equivalent like metric for powder. Is it still just the volume of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Grams.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it would be in grams. I don't know. Is a 100 grams? I don't know. She'll pack you like a little keg thing, like 8
Like a
inches
Ziploc
high.
bag. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. There.
He goes into the bathroom and snorts it.
She basically
Jesus.
gives you a what is it? A growler.
Al-
A growler of blasting powder.
That's a lot. That's
But you guys have an
terrifying.
entire barrel.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It is
What's
scary.
a
That's why she said she'd throw you overboard if you used fire magic.
Get that off my ship. Get
This
it
would
off
make
now.
a mean Molotov cocktail.
Maybe.
It would explode instantly when...
Go boom.
Yeah, you have to separate something to get the fire going and keep it going before it exploded. Like a giant wick passing through something that's not quite as flammable.
Not quite as flammable, but close.
Yeah, so like I said, you're here with Sedan. You had a question for him? If he had any ideas, is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. I tell him like the deal if you didn't know. Like
He's got an idea. I mean, Liad filled him in.
Yeah.
He chose him specifically for this. He tells you that, I mean, he's been to the island before that you guys are stopping off on. And he knows a couple of the Corsair captains by name, though not by face, and they know him. So he'll be able to pull right up to the island. You guys can drop off there. You don't have to like swim to shore necessarily. But he's not going to be able to hang around if you guys start blowing stuff up. Because then they're going to know immediately that something came in on his ship.
Right.
I'm feeling slightly judged right now.
I mean, you're human. You've been slightly judged since you showed up. No, his one thing is that, and I think Lee had mentioned this to you guys last time, a lot of the human corsairs can probably be dissuaded because they're doing this just for money.
Right.
The orc mercenary group that's there is doing it. I mean, they're being paid, but they're more doing it for the long-standing grudge between the orcs and the Southern Plain orcs and the Celestian Empire for the war that's currently still going on.
Alright.
But if enough of the humans don't go, the orcs aren't going to ride alone.
The orcs do not have like battle orcas to like ride to the city on.
Can they please? Can that be a thing?
Please add that to the monster manual now. Battle orca.
Okay, I'll add
That
it.
sounded a little orca-ish.
Got it.
Got it.
Maybe a different dialect.
He's writing it.
I'm spelling it with a K though.
Yeah, I mean copyright, right?
Battle orca.
I don't think anyone. What did the Romans copyright orca with a city?
Yeah. Where were you when that happened,
You have the-
Sir Historian?
Greece.
You need to have the item to tame them. It's battle okra.
There you go. They just love it.
Or Orcarina? I'm really proud of that one.
Really good. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna go back in time and pretend I never heard it.
Don't lie. Don't lie, you're proud.
A little bit. You have to say all the bad puns before you get to the good ones. All right. No, but I mean, all that Sten can say is, you know, a lot of these guys, the ships, they're not all combatants. Just like even his ship, not everyone is a combatant. There are some people that are just good at sailing, and ships have.
They're just there for a good time. See the world.
like
They signed up for adventure.
he tells you we all have great respect for Lied, but he's not a combatant, and not every leader has to be.
This is what the guy says.
Yeah, this is what the guy says. Like Lied, and you guys heard this. There is a military commander that's in charge of that base. He wasn't there. That's why Lied was in charge. Like they share leadership. And so not all the sailors are like top-notch, like mercenary combatants, like some of these scouts that you've run into. And it'll be the same on the human ships. The orcs don't have their own ships. They're all warriors through and through. They will all likely fight to the death. I mean, he looks to Sandre for confirmation of this, but he just assumes it's the case from what he's heard of orcs.
I don't want to talk
I'm a
about other
rider,
people,
not a
but-
sailor.
Saunders pitched over the side, like heaving.
He's ride or die. And
Currently,
almost died
he's wishing
many
he was
times.
dead.
In all technicality, I could talk to both groups. I do speak Orcish and human.
You do that.
Well, I mean, Sandre can talk to both groups with his axe. It speaks the common tongue.
Different
really does.
Blood.
Different strokes for
It's
different folks.
twin-edged.
Different strokes, I get it. 'Cause it's an axe. Alright, so you guys, let me see.
Hey.
Okay. You guys make it there in 12 days, slightly ahead of schedule. The Captain Sten lets you know, he's bringing you in at the end of the day, purposefully. Like, it'll be about an hour after sundown, and asks if there's absolutely anything that you need of him to take it from the ship now before you go ashore. Is there anything that you're aware that you're going to need? Like, he's got extra rope, food. He's got a number of potions and poisons on board that you're more than welcome to have.
I say give Nalera poisons, and then I can take the potions.
I definitely don't need poison. Nalera does it because there are checks that you need to have with alchemy for certain poisons, right? Like for when they're throwing, or is that just for making that?
You can poison yourself when using poisons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's like one of the few things that she's susceptible to.
Give me 1 bottle of paralysis, please.
I know,
it won't
right?
happen again.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Don't
she's not
taste
gonna.
it.
No touchy.
I'll take the potions and see what I.
Okay.
See what
I don't want that. But what was it? How much rope? What kind of rope is it?
They have a bunch of hemp, as well as about 100 feet of silk rope.
I will take the silk rope.
Ooh, I'll take some silk rope because I actually, of all the crazy things I have, rope is not one of them.
Okay.
Really?
They've got
Yeah.
two. They have 2 spools of 50 feet of silk rope.
I take 50, and Jayu can take 50. Unless we're staying together. If we're staying together, then
Bish, we ain't staying together.
okay.
Ouch.
Then yeah, I take 50.
We're never, ever, ever getting back together.
Jesus.
The captain here, like I said, he has a number of potions. He hands you 7. These are the ones that he's got, like, on board.
These are what you're getting, son.
And he points them out to you because they're not labeled. Like, you have to remember, and they're each different colors. But you gotta
yeah.
sort of keep them.
I thought they were labeled, but in their like runic language.
The potions? No,
Yeah. No. Okay.
not the ones on his ship. It keeps the
I
common
wasn't
sailors
there.
from getting involved. They don't know what's what. No, he's got 2 potions of heal,
Alright.
which is the 18 hit point one.
Yum.
Got you.
These don't work for me, right?
They do work for you because
Oh, because they're magical healing, not...
potions are like druidic magic. They mend something back together. It's not a positive negative thing.
Right. Oh, I do have potions, but I'm not gonna take those. I have some.
There is a potion of Bright Eyes, which is 40 minutes of dark vision.
Damn!
There's
I need that.
2 potions of Sticky Wounds, which last
Gosh, wouldn't it have been great if Ming was here? Because she could have made all that if you just asked.
which lasts for 3 minutes each. And then how many? That's 2,
2, 5. That's 5 potions.
5. And then 2 potions of Hypervigilance.
Okay.
How does dark vision work underwater?
Same way.
Unless there's something like thrown up to obscure, like it's like very silty water, then you would see you'd see most of the distance that you normally see.
Okay.
Okay, so
So-
for your reference, hypervigilance is a +4 bonus on your next 2 initiatives.
Okay.
Bright Eyes is 60 feet of dark vision.
Okay. And sticky wounds.
Sticky Wounds makes your blood gooey and thick. Any piercing or slashing weapon that draws blood from you, so it has to do damage, even minimum. Forces a reflex save on the wielder of the weapon. Failure means their weapon actually sticks to you, like to your blood, like quick drying cement, and they have to pry it off of you if they want it back.
How do you not die from like
You
your
become
blood clot?
You become temporarily immune to bleed effects while under the effect of sticky wounds. Your blood becomes super fast clotting blood.
It's super durable.
I'll take 2 of those, thank you.
You're covered in armor.
I imagine Sandre drinking the potion and then just running through the middle of the camp and everybody attacking him, and he just comes running out the other side with like 30 like scimitars stuck to him.
Sandra turns into a katamari.
He turns into a porcupine.
Guys, I've disarmed
Guys,
them all.
basically a katamari.
I disarmed all of them.
I can retaliate!
Can you retaliate with all the weapons just by like turning around?
You start spinning as quickly as you can.
Doing a Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my god.
Classic.
Question: if Arya makes a whirlwind with all those weapons, would it be like a death whirlwind of swords?
What was the poison? No, potion called?
Sticky wounds.
Sticky wounds.
You
Okay.
want those two?
Yeah, I'm gonna take them.
Alright, I'll give them.
I don't think anyone else wanna get hit.
I have no interest in taking damage.
You should try it.
He's so happy.
I am.
And for your reference, I believe the DC set for those is 21 reflex.
Yo.
I'm gonna give the 2 potions of hypervigilance to Nalera and Xiaoyu individually.
Did both of you hear what those potions do?
No. Hypervigilance?
Yeah.
They grant a
+2.
+4, yeah, to your next 2 initiative checks.
My
Your
next
next
what check? I can't
initiative?
hear you over the chewing.
Sorry, I thought I muted.
+4 to your next 2 initiative checks.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Next 2? Oh, dope.
Yeah, and so the effect lasts for quite a while.
+4?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what potion is this?
Hypervigilance.
Nice.
I feel as though you two can use this more effectively than I can.
Yeah, the effect on that lasts for 16 minutes. So that's enough time to get into 2 separate encounters.
Okay. I'll take the Bright Eyes potion because I just have
Mr.
troubles
Bright Eyes.
in the dark.
There you go.
Would anybody like a healing potion?
Let me check.
And Revan, I think I mentioned it, but that lasts for 40 minutes, the Bright Eyes potion.
Okay, thank you.
What level of healing is it?
It's you get 18 HP from it. I don't. It's like
Yeah, it's lesser healing. I'll take it, please, if nobody else wants it.
I don't need that garbage.
All right, I'll give one
Unless
to
you have
Nalera.
extras, and then I'll take some.
I have 2.
I'll take
2
one.
extra?
I have
2
2
total.
healing potions. 2 total.
I think Sandre should have one.
I'm carrying 8 potions already.
Yeah,
Never
and I'm
mind, I'll take
traveling with
one.
him, so
I'll take one.
yeah, okay.
I'll take one of those.
I just imagine Sandra's got like a vest, and they're all like, they've got padding on one side, and they're all just clinking against like the leather padding.
He just like opens it up. What you buying?
Yeah, he's got the giant coat.
You need anywhere, kids.
And somehow Sandra became the creepiest member of the group. Okay, so there's nothing else that you guys want of Sten?
Crowbar.
I mean,
you
use
said
that
he had
with
him right.
the green fire from.
You guys each have a crowbar. He offers you as a last minute thought, because no one had brought it up, but he thought maybe, given what you told to Lied, he walks away and he comes back. He has 2 climbing kits made with reinforced
Jeez.
steel pitons, and asks if these might be useful for what you're trying to do.
I cannot climb to save my life.
No, like to
Not during the
Xiao Yu,
daytime.
Yeah.
He can float!
It's not. He looks at Alara like she's
I'm not saying that.
mentally
Character.
incapacitated. No, but
I
like
wasn't saying that in character.
you needed a like a screw or a drill of some kind, and I don't have that. But I mean, these are like
Yeah.
a hammer and reinforced steel, like spikes.
I can conjure those if you want, if you feel like you need them, and set them up for you. But after that, you're on your own.
Either way, if you want them, they're yours.
I'll take some.
He's got.
I'll take 'em.
He's got two packs. Of
I take
them.
both.
Each pack has 12.
Jeez,
They weigh 4 pounds each, like each pack,
that's
not each individual pitten.
so many pounds.
All right.
I'm already carrying around like smithing sets, so I can use that.
Yep. Someday Sandre's gonna have like a forge on his back. He's gonna look like a war machine, like a smokestack coming out
It's
of the
gonna be
back.
really
of his
high, isn't it?
Just let me pull out my anvil.
Oh, it's gonna be extremely hot.
We should figure out a way to enchant Sandre's hands so that they just give off fire, so he can just forge anywhere.
I'm on board with that. All right,
Sounds like a party.
nautical. All right.
Nautical.
So if you're all set, the captain, he's gonna land on the island. Do you have any questions about the island itself? Like, it's a small
What is
island.
the climate
What?
of this? Because like there are some climates that are colder than others. What is the climate?
It's one of the warmest areas in the Whispering Isles because it's on the west side of the main island. So like,
Okay, so there's like no snow or anything like that.
there's no snow on it, and there's none of the heavy fog that
Got
you
it.
get way out on the eastern shore.
Okay.
No,
It matters
the heat
because
that
if there's snow that sticks to the ground, then we need to cover up footprint.
No, the heat that emanates from the inner sea, that region, still reaches here, just not as strongly as it does around the inner sea.
Okay.
Question.
Do you guys still have that helmet of the snake eye and the goggles, that magic goggles? I know I gave one of them to Sandre, but one of them is a +4 to vision effect, and it's a DC 18, and if they fail, it's petrify. And the other one is goggles, DC 15. If they fail, they become feared of you.
I don't think I have those, but I remember those.
I'm like a hot mess again.
Sandre, do you have those? Did you take the helmet or the magic helmet or the goggles?
Do you remember that, Sandre? You had stepped away.
I remember that, but I don't have it written down anywhere. I think I can. I think I have the helmet.
Okay. So Sandre's
Wait.
been able to petrify for a while now.
Who's wearing that tiara?
I'm wearing the tiara.
Yeah.
This is a helmet.
The helmet. I do not have the helmet.
Do you want the helmet?
Yes.
Alright.
PM me the details. I'll add it in here.
Alright. And do either of you want the goggles of Karmic Bust?
I can't actually wear them.
Let me drop these in the right chat. There you go. Nalaira, did you want them? You can wear them while you're swimming, so it doesn't block your vision.
No, that's okay.
Scare off a shark.
Just break it off into an enchantment.
No, I'm trying to set my mic settings because I'm too low.
You're fine. Yeah. Okay. I'll wear the goggles though. Free Karmic Bust. Don't have to waste the mana.
They're good goggles.
They're good goggles, though.
Where goggles is, as they should be. All right. If you're set, the captain, it's about 30 minutes after the sun has gone down, and you guys are still about 30 minutes out. He says when he pulls up, there is a small dock. The island was, or may still be, he's not entirely sure. There is a Celestian village located on this island, maybe 100 people, that's been taken over by the Corsairs. They have a dock. It's on the north side. The island is barely a mile from end to end, maybe. It's not huge. It does have some tree cover on it, not a great deal, and it's not overly developed, so it should be pretty densely packed with people that hate you and want you to die.
What's my booping? Someone's booping on my computer.
That's me.
Discord?
I'm pooping.
Oh.
That's not me.
Hey guys, how's my voice volume? Is it still pretty loud or is it softer?
You're good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Alright. So he decides it's time to get rid of you guys, and so he is dropping you off on the island.
Oh, we're on land. Okay.
Alright, so he pulls up. He tells you that you guys have maybe 3 minutes before one of the crews will come out here to check on his ship. The shore is maybe only 15, 20 feet from here. He recommends not taking the dock, unless you're trying to alert them.
So, what do you
So
want?
Sandra, you take the dock.
So what are we doing? Are we trying to check them, or are we just walking in?
No, we're going straight to the water, and we're just gonna start fucking these ships up. Actually, no, we should do some recon because we want to make sure there's nobody on the ships.
I can do that.
Okay. I mean, we can all do that.
We can all do that.
We all do that.
Teamwork makes the dream.
Okay, so you guys are getting off of your ship, jumping into the water, and moving on to land.
Yes.
I only need a swim check for... Well, I mean, if none of you care about swimming, since you can all breathe underwater, you can, basically just walk to land.
I mean, that's what I certainly intend to do.
That's super slow, though.
Well, it's 15 feet away.
Oh, it's only 50. I mean,
you guys are going... By
I
default...
can teleport there.
By default, you're gonna Navy SEAL out of the water.
I'm gonna teleport there. It's only 15 feet. I can do my mini teleport over there. Does
How
anybody
much
want to come?
mana does
It's like
that
1
use?
mana. 1 stamina, 1 mana. One. Drop. I'm hitting things. Let's see. I wonder if I can take somebody with this one, though.
And I was gonna take the dock, you said?
I think he was joking. Not 100% though.
Although,
never
I
know.
mean, it might be useful to have somebody like draw, just in case.
Drop what?
Yeah. If I can teleport to there from the ship, I'll just teleport there. No point in getting my robes wet.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
When
I mean, you
get
can
all
make it.
soggy.
You can make it 20 feet from the back of the ship to the shore.
Okay.
What about the rest of you? Is Sandra really going down the dock?
1 second. Where? No, Sandra, you're not. I just fucking. I actually go this way. This is the way I wanted to go.
I know
Wait,
Evan
like
went
I
one
can.
way. I'm gonna go the other way.
wait. Do I see this right here?
No one's made a perception check yet.
Okay.
Uh,
Boop. God.
You
Fuck.
do not.
It's a light in the dark, and I don't see it.
26.
26.
I
All
rolled
right,
a
you guys.
13.
I need to zoom out.
Everybody
This is a
except for
big
Zhao
fucking
Yu
map.
takes a quick look around.
God damn it.
Everybody but Jayu.
God damn it.
To
Sam.
the west of your current location, or where the ship is pointing, you guys can see there is another ship, smaller than the one you're on. It looks like it's sitting still, docked off the side of the island here. It has a lantern or something hanging off the front of the ship. The only one that got a perception check decent enough to see any detail, Revan. It looks like it's just the lantern, like a big light source hanging off the front. You can see figures moving around on the ship, but you just can't pick out much detail about them. They look human.
There are people walking on the ship.
Yeah. They don't seem to have done anything in response to you guys pulling up here, though. Also, are you going the same direction that Zhao Yu is, or are you going to continue where you are?
I mean, I'll go over to where they are. I just
Do we
didn't
have a
wanna get-
general plan of direction though? Like who is going which way?
Well, we were gonna recon.
Okay, all right, then yeah, I'm going to. Sandra's staying on the ship. I feel like Sandra should stay on the ship because he's not sneaky.
I'm not sneaky either.
Well, the idea
but
was
you
that
can
we
just
were just gonna
teleport.
swim through the water.
Well, if I need to swim through the water, I still need to splash down into the water.
Yeah, here, let's just do this. Why don't Sandra and Revan stay on the ship, and then you and I will go, and if we need to, stick around to gather information.
How can we sneak when we have docked with a giant ship?
No, what I'm saying is like we can actually go on and see where everything is located.
Gotcha.
I mean, you guys can stay there and lie for 30 minutes or however long it takes.
Yeah, my charisma is this
Because
high.
I mean, one of you is a human, yes.
Let me talk
The
for
other-
reasons.
And the other is an orc, yes. Both of which are here to kill others. So it will work out. Like all you have to do is be like, "Hey, sorry we're late."
Hey.
I let the orc drive the ship and got lost.
Whoops.
Yeah, I mean, it works out. That's a believable story. Ruh-roh. All right, so yeah, why don't you go the direction that you're going? I will go this direction and see what we can find and meet up back here in like an hour?
Your ship is leaving. He told you that.
Oh, so we're gonna be on a boat that's leaving us.
Yeah, don't stay on the boat.
So yeah, I guess we have to at least be on the dock.
Okay, well then, yeah, then we will just regroup at the dock.
Okay.
How does that sound to everybody?
That's fine.
How about under the dock?
Under the dock. That works good because we can all talk underwater.
Yep.
Okay.
Can we talk underwater?
No.
I mean,
I
if you
can
make a
talk
giant
underwater.
bubble, you make a giant bubble house for all of us to be in underwater together, like the Little Mermaid.
I actually can't make a house underwater.
What?
I can start a shelter under the water. if you
All right,
want.
I jump in the water and I start swimming around. How deep is it right here? In this, like, is it like a
The
good drop off, or is it just like I'm standing?
For about 15 feet out, it's only about 10 feet deep. Beyond that, it drops off to 15 and then 30, and then once you get it like 40 feet offshore, it drops off to about a 40-foot depth.
Okay. So I'll stay like.
I
pretty far
don't
out.
swim. I just drop down and walk on the bottom of the ocean floor.
Well, I mean, at that point, it's only like 15 feet down. You guys are lucky that all of you breathe water. Or
Can I actually?
None of you have to breathe air.
None of you die in water.
Are there trees around?
There are some trees on the island. It's difficult to see them in the dark. Also, Sandre is just strolling down the dock.
Oh
God
yeah,
damn
I
it,
want
Sandre.
to teleport into.
No,
the tree.
no, no, I'm on
Doing my
the...
job. Just running a little late, guys.
Edge.
Sorry. Sorry. I'm here. I know you guys.
We can't
I'm the
be on the
hero
ship.
of Blackstone. No, Sandre, we don't want to know that.
Alright,
I'll teleport into the tree, just so I can keep an eye.
Sandre, what are you doing, real quick?
I'm going down and stepping on the dock.
Okay. Can I get a quick perception check from you since you are on the dock?
16?
Oh, Sandre.
Hey.
Ew.
Or do you want a new one?
Okay. No, 16 is fine. You see three humanoids, probably human, approaching that have just stepped onto the dock itself. They're all wearing... None of them are wearing plated armor. All of them look like they're carrying weapons, though.
Jeez.
I don't speak human.
Are you? Where are you right now?
They come strolling up, and
I'm here.
Oh god.
they come strolling up. The only one with a weapon out is the guy in the back with a crossbow.
I'm gonna let it be known. I never went into the water yet. I was planning on getting into a tree, so I'm still over here.
Okay, so you're just hanging out right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watching this shit show.
Alright, so these guys, they all approach and sort of look at Sandre and say something to you in common. Or, well, in human. Revan, can I get a perception check from you? Okay.
30.
They ask in human, who is he, and why isn't he down with the rest of the company?
I'm gonna teleport over. I gotta help my buddy.
So you're gonna teleport to the ship and then to him?
Yeah. Like, hey, whoa.
I'm sorry. My apologies. We got a bit lost. on our way here.
I need a. They all take a step back when you just sort of like poof out of thin air.
I'm just like brushing myself off.
They ask who you're here with. Casually teleports, pretty much.
I'm here with you.
We're
are
we're
you
new
doing
here.
there?
We're here to get our orders.
They all look around at each other, and then back at you. Who are you with?
Who am I with? As in,
Who's your
I'm with
captain,
him.
wise guy?
Nice guy.
I was called here directly. I'm from one of the schools in the area.
You
I'm sure
wouldn't
you've
know.
heard of.
They
I'm sure.
look.
I'm sure.
Can I
I'm gonna
get
say
a,
this.
can I get
name
a
of
speech
school.
or streetwise check from you?
So,
So a charisma check.
you know, the school that was that's let's see. I
School
have
you
speech.
idiots wouldn't know about.
Yeah, I have speaking. I have +1 to +3 to speaking also.
There you go.
Plus- Oh, da.
Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers and toes, guys.
This is the one time I'm gonna fail this.
Oh.
Oh,
I called it. Every time I have to make a speaking check, I'm guaranteed to actually. Do I have that thing yet? No, I don't. I didn't get it. I mean, I'm just staring at him though. Like I don't fucking care.
He doesn't. He really doesn't care if he believes him or not. He's just talking.
I'm just talking.
Like you can choose to believe me or not.
Alright, the Captain Stan, the one that came with you guys, walks up, and says to the guys that are speaking with you, that they're both here to see Nkuda.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Natural
Ooh.
20. Look at this guy.
Silver-tongued. No, but he says that they're both here to see Nkuda, and these guys seem to accept that like that's a legitimate answer, and then the captain comes onto the deck and they begin speaking about what he's brought them, other than these two. They tell you that Nkuda is staying at the lodge down on the southern end of the island. Most of the company is housed in there or in some of the nearby settlements that we took over from the natives. And then he looks to Sandre. This is the crossbowman in the back. He says, "Get to the tavern and they'll assign you to a ship."
He says this in human or?
He says it in Orcish. In, like, somewhat stilted Orcish. Like, it's not a familiar language with him, but he knows how to speak it somewhat. Basically, get to the bar, they'll give you a ship name.
Got you. On my way, boss.
On me
man.
Weibos. Use that kind of
Oh,
language
man.
here.
He's on it.
We
He's
done
on the
s-
Egos. You know?
We done split the party.
Is this the bar?
No.
No.
They said
Oh.
it's southern end of the island.
Oh.
The guy looks at you and just sort of like waves like past that point.
Oh.
Hey, Derek, real quick, can I walk under this? Like, is it deep enough to where I can walk under this?
walking under the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got enough room to comfortably stand underneath it as long as you're midway down the ship or more.
All right, but theoretically, like if I were right here, ish, I could basically stand on my toes and touch the hull.
If you're that far out, so like I said, when you get like 20 feet out is where
20
it
feet,
drops
okay.
off to being like 15 feet deep.
Got it.
So you would have to stand like right here,
Right
to be able to
here.
reach up with your hands and like touch the bottom of the ship.
Nice.
So you and Jiayu are underwater.
Just walking, having a
Just
walk.
Strolling. Have a nice little stroll. They barely hang out anymore.
Well, we're strolling on different sides of the island, so we're still not really hanging.
It's in a strange relationship.
All right, Xiaoyu, what are you up to now that everyone else is
yeah.
sort of sneaking their way onto the island?
I'm swimming around the island until I find something, and then I'm gonna fuck it up.
Okay, and also Derek, I am currently on land now, so I am super sneaking. How often do I need to roll a check?
Make an initial check now, and I'll let you know if you need to make more.
Okay. Yay, that's not terrible.
Yay!
Hey! I mean, you
Hey.
rolled a 12. You should be proud. Okay, Xiaoyu, fairly
Yes.
quickly you find a ship.
Okay.
Ah, you
Um,
pinged.
What do I see on him?
Now I'm
Hey.
inside of a tent. I didn't want to be there. Oh God, I didn't move there. I wasn't there. This is so meta.
I wasn't there.
She has a vision.
I was never there. I was never inside that tent.
If you could gaze into the future, Lara, you might think.
Do I need to? Do I need to roll another sneak check? Because I see things. I don't know if they see me. I don't know if there's things there to see. Oh, yep. See this.
I don't know what it is. Oh, yeah, you see the campfire. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Xiaoyu, you see the ship here. It's not a huge ship.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's a standard like Corsair style ship. It's a standard human style ship. It's not especially fast, but it's built to hold maybe 20 people. You do see there is a light coming from the opposite side of the ship from where you are on.
Do I see people on top of the ship?
That depends. Are you above the water line? Because if you're not, then you're not going to be able to see people on the ship, whether they're there or not.
Is it moving?
No, it appears to be docked. Or there's an anchor.
Okay. I swim under that bee, and I
Also-
start to go to work.
Okay.
I
well,
thought
mean,
we were doing reconnaissance. I thought we weren't doing.
Oh, I'm
anything yet.
reconnaissancing my way right into working it. That's what's going on.
That's not. That's not
I'm
the plan.
reconnaissancing my
Too late
way
now, I guess.
into the ship.
Guess it's too late now. I mean,
We've
I
already
guess
been seen.
Well, you guys don't know that it's too late.
you guys don't know, and I don't know, and
Nobody
you
knows what's going on, so I'm just doing what I said I was
Nope.
gonna do.
I
You
want to be
said
in
that
the room
you
where
were
it
gonna-
happens.
said that you were going.
As
to
far
just
as
look
you
and we
know,
would
I'm
meet
still
back
doing
in an
that, so don't
hour.
worry about it.
all right, Revan, you're following Sandre though, correct?
He hasn't told me to go. He just told Sandra to go off. So
Oh,
I'm just
Derek. By the
sitting
way,
here.
I am. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's fine. He just told Sandra to go off, so I would be just standing there until I'm told where to go.
And I don't know if you can see my screen, but I crossed the peninsula and I'm back on the other side in the water, going like
You
around.
you didn't cross the peninsula. Well, it's an island.
Okay, then I was like, I didn't want to say I went around the whole island.
No, you did not.
Yeah. That's what
No,
I'm saying.
if you just stand there when Sandre walks off, Revan,
I just do the eyes.
Eventually, Sten sort of like slaps you over the back of the head and points at Sandre, and he's like, "Go."
Oh, ooh.
And Kuda needs to speak with you.
Kuda.
About to
It's murder.
flashing magic. I'm about to. I was about to. I was about to just murder him, and then I'm
Do I see? Do I see Jayu?
I was about to put the murder hands.
I was about to put the
Bobby,
murder
I'm
hands
I'm
on him.
underwater. Why would you see me?
Yeah, why you wouldn't
That's what
even
I'm
be able to look
asking.
there.
That's okay. I just want to make sure because I'm just going around. And
Okay, but you literally don't have time to do the thing you're saying you're doing. You don't have time to cover all that distance. Yeah.
well, then I don't know. I'm just walking around.
Go back to where you were. Go back to where you were at the camp. Like, Jayu, when you say you go to work, what do you mean that you do?
Oh, what's quieter? Crowbarring it, or I'm gonna roll a boat architecture check, which would probably be intelligence.
That'd be a sailor check. It's wisdom.
Sailor check. I have a +2 to sailor.
Don't you have an
Roll.
extra bonus because when we
That's the-
crashed a boat?
No. I got a +2 from that one thing that we did that one time.
Yeah, where you attempted to sail the boat.
Yeah.
I thought it was a +1.
Hey, no, it's a 2.
Oh.
So the check was for the architecture, like where would be the best part on the bottom of the boat that would actually help it sink, because not all. Does that make sense?
It would be beneath the prow, because when it sails forward, water would come into it.
So that's where I do it.
Okay, that is the opposite side from where the anchor is.
Okay, I swim on over this way then.
Like, if the anchor is over here, the
Mhm.
prow would be, like, the underside would be right here.
Okay, yeah, I go to work. I try to do it quietly, even if it takes me longer. That's fine.
And since you got a 21, the ideal here, like, for damage to a boat, would be right at or right above the water line, because that means that you wouldn't notice you might not notice the damage until you actually start sailing, and only once you have like wind and water blowing against the boat would water start to enter.
Okay, that's where I do it at.
Okay, make two sneak checks and 2 melee attacks. I just need to see that you don't roll a 1 on them.
Sneaky, and then melee attacks. Snaka snooku. There we go.
With your sword. Well, okay, you didn't roll a 1. Doesn't matter if you rolled with your sword
Yeah.
or not. Okay. You sort of use your sword like a saw rather than like banging it against the wood.
Right.
And manage to open up. It's about a foot, maybe 14 inches long, and about
Yeah, it is.
3 inches high. And it's just it's just a hole in the front of the ship, about 6 inches above the current water line.
Sweet.
You don't think anyone has heard you. And
Okay, I swim along.
Nice.
Nope,
Oh.
nobody heard you.
I continue my swum.
Okay, I do need a sneak check from you as you swim away, though, because they can see you in the
Oh.
water.
That was the wrong thing,
That is
sorry.
the wrong thing.
There we go. Ooh, not one of my better sneak checks, but
Well, they got a 2,
it
a 1,
doesn't
a 3.
matter.
You have a +21 to the sneak check. I think it's irrelevant.
Hey, if you were trying to
Jeez,
spot
they're
me, you
doing
might do it.
awful. You guys are getting real lucky.
It's not luck when you're a badass.
No, it's right or
Don't jinx
fiat.
yourself.
There it is.
Alright, so you continue along south then, looking for your next boat.
Looking for the next boat.
Give me a perception check, just 1.
Boo! Damn, I am on fire.
Well, I mean, after that initial perception check, that was a total failure.
Shh. Don't tell anybody.
They already know.
I just detected in my mind.
Yeah, so, you are now at the point, you see the same fire that Nolera saw.
Hey, a fire. Do I really see it though? I'm underwater. Like, I'm fully underwater.
You're gonna see the light, because there's not a
Oh,
lot
okay.
of sources of light here.
Chill.
Yeah, but you see the same fire, or light source that Nolera saw. If you peek up from the water, you'll see that there is a raised hill, maybe 10 feet above the rest of the island, with what you assume, you can't see the base, is a fire pit or something of the like, with a bunch of people standing and sitting around it, shouting and drinking.
Okay.
Nolera, you see much the same thing from the south of this position. And Revan and Sandre, both of you are going to pass by this, walking south towards the tavern that the Corsair had mentioned you guys are supposed to be going to.
Also, I'd like to commit that dude's face and potentially name, if I got it, into my death note.
Into your death note. Wait, the captain that slapped you, or
Yeah,
Oh,
that one.
He's Captain Sedan.
Yeah.
But you don't know what his real face looks like. Luckily for him.
I'm just gonna commit the name into this. I have a blacklist now, and I'm gonna have to add.
There you go. And he was doing it for you, but
The death list 5.
you just made his list.
I'm
Captain
going
Sedan.
to listen out and see if I can hear anything from this.
Make a perception check.
Nope. Don't hear a thing.
Sounds like maybe a camp follower is in there.
A camp follower?
Yes.
Do we see this guy?
What just happened?
Yeah, you guys.
A noise clicked off.
Sandre just hopped out the thing. He was AFK'd.
Okay.
Did he AFK? No. Either way.
Do I need to sneak over here?
He looks confused.
Or can I just walk over there?
Can't hear you, Sandre. There we
There you
go.
go.
Yeah.
DM Derek.
What?
Okay, I was moved
What?
over to AFK.
Yeah, if you don't interact with the computer, it'll automatically move you to AFK.
Do I have to sneak over here, or can I just walk over there?
You're still working on your last sneak. These guys up there are all shouting and drinking.
They're being uproarious.
Yeah.
was-
No, but camp follower means washerwomen and whores. That's a camp
Right
follower.
on. What?
He's gonna walk over.
I'm gonna listen to this one now.
20. Look at you.
You hear someone complaining about what a shitty job this is, and someone else telling them, like, this is how they make money. Just deal with it. You're not sure whether it's a corsair or another whore. But it's
Did it
clearly a
sound
dude's
feminine?
voice this time.
A dude. Well, it might be a dude whore. Who knows?
It's true. I mean, I'm not gonna assume.
Might be a dude whore.
Hey, follow your dreams.
Oh, look, they got boy whores too. That's nice.
Equal
It
opportunity.
is the Navy.
Hey, look.
Oh, that was a quote. That's a quote from Firefly. You guys
They're escorts. All right, so Revan and Sandra, you guys wander over to the fire.
Yeah.
I follow Revan.
He's following me, and I'm just being belligerent.
These guys are sort of they're shouting at each other and telling stories and drinking.
Best combination.
Yeah. I mean, all they need is some wooden planks, and they'd have a mead hall.
I'm going to sneak over to this tent.
Okay, that does require a sneaking check. You're now within distance that people on the hill would see you walking around back there.
Oh, God, mistakes were made.
Not that bad.
I mean, it wasn't that terrible of a mistake.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, geez. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. There'd be more of them, but some of their attentions have been drawn by Revan and Sandre, who are just walking up now. So no one appears to have seen you.
We're
Okay,
looking for an Incuda.
The guy with the crossbow there, he looks at you, puts his hand to his ear, and he's like, "You're gonna have to speak up, boy. Can't hear you."
Don't play games with me
Made
right
my
now.
You just made my death list.
Are these the words?
Who is he, Arya Stark? Is he killing people for bad jokes now?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
We're looking for an Incuda.
That's the he look not to you, he looks to one of his companions here and he's like, "That's the big old scary orc, right?" And then the other guy laughs at him and like hits him in the chest with a bottle, like slaps him with it.
Accidentally breaks and gives him.
Oh god. Sepsis begins to set in. That one was full of waste. No, they both laugh and they're like, "Oh, he is gonna chew him out. Go on, little man. Yeah, no, Nkuda's gonna love you." Your friend looks pretty square though. He's fine. They look at Sandra, who looks intimidating as the firelight shines off of his black armor.
Right. Which direction?
They all point. Oh, they point the same direction that you'd been walking, away from your ship, south on the island. They said there's a big building. Well, the biggest one that these savages can put together out here. Used to be their town hall or something. I don't know. We've been using it for drinks.
I'm so tempted to To murder
Death
all
Note.
of them right now.
To murder them all.
Hey,
Now you know what it's like to
Ignis.
be in a Lara.
No, it's just like literally just like, hey guys, why don't you just go look in the fire real quick? I'm a mage, so I'll show you a cool trick. Just drop some blasting powder in there.
I mean, that's not majory. That's just
Dickery.
sneaker. Yeah, that's just being a douche. I listen into this tent next, by the way.
Sounds like sleeping.
Sounds like
You
sleeping.
hear some snoring.
Trying to find the. Yeah. I had to follow Sandra because it's getting out of my dark vision.
No.
You can drink your potion at any time.
I don't want to drink it right now.
Okay.
He's saving it for the
Alright.
real party.
Nalera, can I get a perception check from you real quick? Okay, that's high enough, and the light from the fire casts far enough. You see Sandre and Revan walking by.
Can you ping to me? I can't find anything, and like my screen is being stupid. There we go. Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, you see these two go walking by south, which is long ways down the island.
So basically, in the direction that I came from.
Yes,
Were we supposed to see them? Like they were supposed to stay up by the docks, right?
You don't know.
Or no? I
You
can't
We
don't
landed
know.
ourselves in a situation.
Yeah, that's right. Because regardless, we knew that if anybody came to you, that you would just be like, "We're supposed to be here,"
Yeah.
but you weren't supposed to go with them. But you are
Stefan, this
now.
is like all the situations that that Chris and Kyle used to get into. Or no, not Kyle. Tyler, P. Tyler.
Yeah.
I like how we can still get into situations even though Revan is like this now.
Even though he's broken. I follow. I'm gonna sneak back around this way. Do I need another sneak check?
No. I mean, they've gone back to their partying, and you're far enough away now. Basically, it's the gap across here, like,
Got it.
that is the big thing.
Okay,
No, if
and I can see them now.
You head back to them. Quick,
I can
Zhao,
see just a bit
Did
of
you pull
Revan.
yourself out of the water, or are you still underwater?
No. I should still be in the water. I don't know
but
why I'm there.
Are you underwater, or are you, like, on the shore there?
I'm like out.
Okay, so you continue swimming south then, instead of pulling
Yeah.
yourself up?
Yeah.
I don't see who. Did I see who they were with? I thought I could. I only saw on my screen. I only saw Revan and Sandra.
It's just us.
It's just you guys. Okay.
Okay. You guys can see south of where you are, maybe half a mile. There's a bunch of trees between you and here. You can see lights in the distance. You remember Captain Sten said that the island is maybe a mile from north to south. And the other guys here, the sailors, the Corsairs, keep telling you there's a large building on the other side. So that's likely what you're seeing.
I sneak under this tree and then I kind of like come over here. I'm like, I am the night.
You come walking out of the
Amazing.
darkness, you're like, prayer hands, prayer hands.
I know.
Can,
No, I'm just-
can I see Nalera?
I mean, I'm black
Yes.
and it's dark.
Natural 20!
Wasted. No.
Hey, spotting Nalera, that's a decent
That's
use for
difficult.
20.
You're like,
I was hoping.
Hello, I see you.
Let's keep on walking.
when the was like, I'm the night, Revan's like, amusing.
No, I don't say that. No, I just come over. I'm like. That was a question for reals though. What are you guys doing over here? You
It seems
both
that
just
we've
walked in
joined an army.
opposite directions.
I don't know where he went.
Okay, there you go.
It seems that we've joined an army.
Fierce. Have you learned anything?
I've learned that these guys are probably going to die by my hands sooner or later.
They're
Sounds
drunk.
Sounds easy. There is a ship that is docked to the east. I found one. Where's Jayu?
Most I recalled he was with you or swimming.
Well, he's off somewhere now. I don't know what he has found, but I've only seen one ship. Are there not supposed? We were told there were supposed to be at least 12.
Well, we're going to meet their leader guy now, so We'll figure out when we get there.
Just a second, the doorbell just rang. I'll be right back.
Pizza!
I wasn't expecting anyone.
Then you guys, keep doing what you're doing. Good job. I will follow you guys, but I will be in the water and walk it to see if I can find any more ships. Meanwhile, do you know where this leader fellow is?
He's
building.
south.
South?
Big
Then
building.
I will head up north and do what I can to disable the ship that I found, and then I will head down that way, guys, up down there. Hopefully, we can spot Jayu. But was that DM Derek?
I think so.
Sounded awful.
Somebody
Someone died.
Sugar.
I'll be right back. Actually, I'm just gonna mute. Give me just a
Okay.
second.
He just came back.
Hey, DM Derek, what's going on?
Turns out it was just a cherry blossom cider here to say hello.
What?
No, somebody that again thought we were the address next door, despite the numbers being there. She orders a lot of delivery food. Our neighbor does, and it always comes to us first.
Is it the same? Was it the same person?
No. It was. She looked like a teenager. I don't. She looked a little young.
Yeah. So we're going to
so-
talk to.
Yeah, all that we were doing was that Revan and Sandre and I just talked. They told me where they're going. I told them about the ship that I found. We all explained that none of us know where Jayu is.
We debriefed each other.
Yeah.
That sounds about
so
right.
What they
You did
yeah,
sit
so
rep.
so they are going to continue south to go to where they're supposed to go. I am going to go do what I can to disable the one ship that I found. Because so far I've only seen the one, and from what I know, there should be 12.
Okay, so you're not going to go with them. You're going to stay back here.
Yeah, I am going to stay back here. I'm going to disable the ship, and then what I will do is I will move south through the water to see if I can find other ships.
That's going to take you a long time
That's fine.
because you can't swim very well.
I can walk. I can walk on the water.
It just
On the-
you're
on the
moving
water.
at
I can
like-
walk in the
like
under the
half
water.
normal
Jesus
speed.
Christ.
Superstar.
Yeah, you and I can walk on the water.
But do I need to do any checks like to disable the ship? It would have been essentially the same thing that Jayu did, except less
Here's the
nautically
thing.
inclined.
You don't know what Zhao Yu did, though.
Well, okay, fine
He
then.
explained what he did.
I would have tried to find the best possible part of the ship to disable it from underneath. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I would just try to find the place and do that.
You cut out for a second. You would just try and find the what?
I would just try to find the place that I could reach under the boat without having to like tread water.
To do
and
what?
Just
stab a hole in
do,
it?
to like pull planks out from underneath the hull.
You're not nearly strong enough for that.
Then to do anything to disable it.
Okay.
She that is her plan. Like she doesn't necessarily know how to do it. She's just gonna.
But I'm gonna
Any
ask
attempts to
you,
disable
as
it.
the player, is she gonna stab it with daggers? Like, how is she physically going to disable the ship?
She has a crowbar. Initially, she would attempt to see if she could pull planks out somehow that way.
There's-
If she can't, then her ultimate thing would be to just start stabbing at it.
Okay.
And she can acid the crowbar.
And she could make the crowbar acid.
Okay.
Acidy-
Then
acidy crowbar.
give me quickly 2 sneak checks and 2 strength checks, because a crowbar is a strength check.
Ooh.
That would have been a good strength check. That would have been an even better
Ooh.
strength check. Okay, so you're doing it real sneaky. How well are you doing it?
I can't even remember the.
What's your strength mod? I think it's
I
1.
don't even think I have one.
What's your strength score?
Do. Why isn't it's +1?
Hey, he had a little bit of strength there.
So yeah,
It's
D20
backslash
plus
roll
1.
D20 +1, or is it R D20?
Roll D20.
Hey!
Oh dang!
Get out of town!
Okay.
Double 20.
So you I need a second one as well. Oh, and a 4. Okay.
There we go. But hey,
The first one did good.
But hey, that's just a theory.
At least I did it really sneaky.
Yeah, so you manage to get the crowbar stuck in real good. Let's see. Give me a you don't have that nautical knowledge. I don't think that Zhao Yu does.
She left us when we crashed the ship.
That's right.
Yeah, I
she
wasn't
didn't
there.
crash the ship with you guys. So I'm gonna roll. Oh no,
Yeah, Ming wasn't even there.
Ming wasn't even there.
Ming was. Neither of us were there. We were like, you guys are retarded. I'm not doing it.
Okay, so you, by default, are going to be doing this to the underside of the ship on the back, because that's the only one that's close enough where you could stand, like, on your tippy toes
Yeah.
underwater and still attempt to pry something.
Correct.
So you manage to get your crowbar stuck in between two bars and pull one loose, snapping off about 8 inches of the plank and about 2 inches thick of it. Mostly not because of your strength check necessarily, but because the strength got it in there, and then the acid ate away and weakened the wood. So you put a hole about that size into the bottom of the ship. It immediately is going to start sucking water in.
Okay.
So once you've put the hole there, I assume you just walk away as quickly as you can underwater.
Is there like an explosion or something like that behind me? Because if there is, I don't
You don't want to look at it?
look at it.
Okay.
I walk away underwater.
Okay, but I'm assuming because you can't swim, you're staying close to the shore just enough that
Yeah,
you can be fully
yeah.
covered by water. Okay,
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Make 2 perception checks. This will represent like one about 2 minutes out and the other one about 4 minutes out. Because, like I said, you're not getting very far.
Oof.
All right. As far as you're aware, no one on the ship has noticed anything, or you haven't heard. And by the time you pass get past that second check, you're too far away unless they're just absolutely screaming.
Ooh, found this ship.
Well, you haven't. It's going to take you about 30 minutes to get there, walking underwater.
Well, when I do,
You found the
I'm
ship.
gunning.
When you
I'm
found the
gunning
ship.
for it.
All right. The
I'm
rest of
gunning
you,
for it.
Revan, Sandra, and Zhao Yu will get here roughly the same time, because Zhao Yu, I think, actually moves faster underwater than you guys do overland.
It's
Ouch.
Well, I mean, Sandra, you move like 20 feet per turn. I think Zhao Yu's got a swim speed of 30, right?
True. It's true.
And he walks.
That tail.
Yeah, swims the same speed as I walk.
Yeah. Okay. So, you guys get to what is clearly the main staging area here. Revan and Sandra, can I get a quick perception check from you guys?
24.
Those are 24-19. That's great. It's dark here. I mean, there are lights spread out around the area. What you see are half a dozen, maybe more, wooden structures, small buildings, and one larger building that's down past the ones that are visible to you from where you're at now. You can see lights coming from that one, and a torch or a lantern or something giving off a lot of light in front of it. What you also see, though, is to your left and right, so east and west from where you are, a cavalcade of ships just docked or floating just offshore, and people walking around on all of them. You also, Revan, not Sandre, see that there are people patrolling around on the land here with torches, or with lanterns out, just sort of walking about with the torch out and the other hand either on a bottle or at their waist where the sword is. It's about a 50-50 on whether they're drinking or ready to pull their blade out.
We're gonna walk down like we're supposed to be here.
Okay.
Well, we are
Explosion,
supposed to
don't
be
look
here.
at it. There's an explosion. Don't look at it.
All right, and Zhao Yu, a perception check from you real quick. Okay.
Ooh.
Hey.
You surface after seeing a lot of light. Like you can see the lights coming from these ships.
Yeah.
The ship in front of you here is enormous. It is probably the largest ship that you've ever seen. You haven't spent a lot of time like in Runestone Harbor, which is the largest harbor for Silesia.
Yeah.
But this ship is big. It's at least 15 feet larger than the Foreigner vessel that you were on, and that ship was a fairly decent size, like for what is essentially a trading vessel. From the waterline, you can see this ship is reinforced along the waterline with they're either brass or bronze plates. It's hard to see without light shining directly on them, but they look more chromish than iron. You can hear people speaking on board the ship. It's garbled though because you're either just above the waterline or you're just beneath it. Either way, the sound of the waves and whatnot is washing out a little bit of what you would be hearing.
Okay.
But you can tell there are a lot of people about, and at least the ship right in front of you, you haven't checked around to see how many there are. This ship is enormous. There might be more like it. You don't know yet.
I continue doing my thing.
Okay, so you just swim right under the ship and keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. Revan and Sandre, you guys are moving into town. You can hear some amount of talking inside the buildings as you walk by. It's all either in human or Orcish. You don't hear any Silesian being murmured as you go by.
Good, because I speak both of those languages.
And Sandre at least recognizes human. Okay. You guys see there's a hill. It's about 8 feet above the standard height of the area right here. There's a tree growing on top of it. And then on the other side of this hill is a large structure that has... It looks like it's mostly made of wood, but the base of the building is constructed from stone.
This looks like the building that was described to our faces.
It's the largest building. It's 2, maybe 2.5. It's 2 stories with a steepled roof that might have an attic in it.
Okay. We're gonna blatantly walk past this dude that's out here, I guess.
Okay. He doesn't say anything. He clearly sees you guys. Or he's looking right at you. You're not carrying a flame though, so he may or may not actually see you, but he doesn't try and stop you.
Walk with a purpose. Yeah. I guess we get to the door and knock knock.
Is the police?
Police, eh?
Show IDs.
Alright, you
It's
guys...
a lot of work, so I'm just gonna teleport here.
You guys open the door. It is raucous inside. When you open it, there are humans and orcs sitting at every table in... It looks like it might have been a common hall before. There's dust on the walls where it looks... Or there's areas where it looks like maybe banners or tapestries or something were hanging. They've all been torn down. And tables have just been pulled, probably from other buildings here, and just stacked wall to wall in here. And people are sitting down, drinking, and just yelling, and basically just dick measuring with each other about like how great they are. There's one guy behind the bar that is just constantly like reaching under the bar and pulling bottles up, looking at them, and then sorting them into one side or the other. And every once in a while someone comes up to the bar, and humans are mostly going to one pile and orcs are mostly going to the other.
That's racist.
Revan is disgusted as he enters this building.
It's cultural preference.
There you go.
Being aware of your patrons. Yes. Then walk in.
Alright, when you walk in, some of the people in here look at you. None of the humans give you guys more than, like, they look at you, notice that you're not like an 8-foot tall, fire-breathing, like, minotaur or something. Like, just something terrifying, like, it's a guy, it's just some guy in an orc, whatever. And they look back. Some of the orcs, however, clearly take notice of you, and watch you guys as you approach the bar. You're not entirely sure why, but
Don't particularly care.
yeah. But as the guy said, there aren't orc corsairs. All the orcs here are supposed to be part of the same mercenary group.
Mm. They just feel something's off about us. It's just I'm gonna walk up to the desk, I guess, and be like, "We're looking for an Inkuta."
The orc behind the counter here, he introduces himself as Kier Cut.
Clear cut.
And looks at you, Revan, and you say you're looking for Enkuta.
Mm-hmm.
And when he says it, he like pulls like with a hand motion, because to him you speak Orcish like a machine gun, like click click click. But he tells you the boss is taking a nap. But with that he sort of like, you'll see him later, whatever. With Sandre, however, he asks, "Who the fuck are you?" Like, a human can be written off, but all the orcs here are accounted for as members of the company.
I'm this dude's bodyguard.
Aw.
Make a
That's not a
speech
lie.
check. I mean, you're not lying. You are literally Revan's bodyguard.
Yeah. So why does he have to make a speech? Like, it's the truth.
Because he has to convince this guy.
I don't think he convinced it very well.
He looks at you and looks at Revan a second time. And he leans down on the counter, looking at Revan, like scratching the patch of hair that he's got on his chin. And he's like, "Then who the fuck are you?" Now the shoe is on the other foot. He fully believes that a weak human would hire an orc as a bodyguard. And this seems like maybe a plausible reason for Sandre to be here, but now it puts the onus like back on Revan. Why are you important enough to have a bodyguard?
Because I'm Revan the Amazing.
I'm magic. Spellcaster here to enhance your experience.
Enhance my
Made you sound like a
experience. This isn't like that mage back in Runestone, eh? Told me he'd get me packing. He slaps his belt as he says this. It was a lie.
Reverend grimaces. He's like, ugh.
I mean, the
No.
ladies weren't complaining, but what's, but, I don't fully
Your
understand
insecurity
magic,
aside.
but I ain't gonna knock it until I try it.
Insecurity aside, I'm here to assist in whatever it is that you are doing here. I was just called.
Yeah, what fancy school are you from?
Do I just make up? I know the other school name, the water one.
The water one. I'm from
The
the
water
water
one.
school.
For the water, it's the one that's under the sea. Under the sea. I can't hear you, Lair.
Yeah, I'll say the name of that school. I don't remember.
I was
Starfish.
like, you came from a school with Ming.
I know, but I don't want them to know I'm from that school.
Oh, that's fine.
The academy you're thinking of, Starfish Spire, is still
Yes,
a
sir.
Celestian academy.
Both of them are Celestian academies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I mean,
forgot.
you could still say that, and there are human mages at both academies.
Mhm.
Alright,
I
so
will say Starfish Spire. Yeah.
that's lizard folk.
That's disgusting.
What did them scalies do to you? He's sort of, you see him like grinning, like he's expecting some horrific, like, tale that you would hate them.
They killed my best friend.
Who hasn't heard that one before? He's not patronizing you. He seems to genuinely believe you. Yeah. He seems to genuinely believe, one, because you're not lying, that this would be a reason to want to kill a bunch of lizard folk, a bunch of scalies.
Mm.
What's your name? And he pulls out. He'll get the roster, and he slams a chunk of wood. It's about 2 inches thick and about 3 feet in length down onto the countertop. There's a bunch of names etched into it. They're all Orcish names written in Orcish, like runic script.
Ravenna's gonna actually, he's gonna say his name. He's like, my name is probably not on your roster, but he's gonna say his name in both Common and Orcish.
Yes, if that's... He looks at you, looks at Sandre, back at you, looks at Sandre, back at you. He goes to sit down for a second, and he just falls.
Oh.
And he's unconscious.
What?
There's a small snot bubble coming out of his nose, and he's asleep on the floor.
He been drinking.
He's white girl
He's
wasted.
tired.
You do notice, though, he did leave the chiseling tool on the counter to add your name to the list if you still wish to do so.
Is the list written in Orcish?
Yes, it is.
Nice, I'm gonna grab that chisel. I'm gonna use my smithing skills, if that's applicable.
It absolutely is.
Yes,
It's absolutely
please.
applicable.
Apply
Alright,
that.
do you
Sam.
add your name?
Apply it.
Both names.
Okay. You see on the...
He applicates both names.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
you see Sandre.
Takes orally twice a day. Yeah?
2 things. I need an intelligence check from you, and then
No.
I've got information based on that check.
Intelligence. Can't Revan take the intelligence?
14.
Hey!
Hey! Sandra, he's so smart.
2 things. Before you put your name down on this, there are 17 names on the list, which leads you to believe, the orcs here, that there's only 17 of them. You're not sure whether this, at first, whether this includes the captain's name or not. But, additionally, you see all of these orcish names are East Plain orcish names, which means all of these are from a part of the orc territory that is currently at war with the Silesians. Whereas you are from the West Plains, the area that more commonly raids and fights back and forth with the southern human cities.
I'm gonna put my name, but I'm gonna put a different clan name, surname.
Okay, well, I mean, you could change, like, the prefix on the name to make it look like a more Eastern name, if that's what you're determining that you want to do. Like, that's something you have the knowledge to do that. Because it's your culture.
Yeah, you can do that.
Wait, I should probably check for a different list for humans.
Should put me on the orc list. Walk out with like a giant
Yeah.
great axe.
Yeah.
There's 18 orc names, and then it just says Revan.
Revan.
And then, in parentheses, human. Alright, but you add your own name to the list, and then do you add Revan's name or no?
I'm gonna see if I can find a human list first.
Okay, do you go around behind the counter and rummage around where the other guy was?
Is this guy dead?
Yeah.
Can I
No,
say this guy's dead?
He's
Sleeping.
He's passed out. He's sleeping. When you go behind the counter, Sandre, you can see this guy has more than a dozen, like, half-empty bottles that he was clearly drinking from while sorting the rest of them.
My man.
3 of them are Sea Lord's wine.
Ooh.
Maybe fancy orcs.
Like, high alcohol content wine.
A vodka. Okay, Nice. Do I find the planks?
You do not find planks. However, you do find a list of ships. You're not. Do you read human or no?
No.
Okay. You find a list. There are 16 names, probably. They look like proper nouns written on it. It's on paper. It's on a thick sheaf of paper.
I'm gonna put that down in an empty bowl, and we're gonna stroll out of here with bottles of
You gonna put
alcohol.
our names on the thing?
I'm too stupid to find it.
No, I mean just on the other list. She's gonna finish putting the names on the list.
I'm gonna.
Well, he put his name.
I'm
on
gonna have my. I'm gonna have my name and then +1.
it. He brought a friend to the party.
Also. Let's see.
Okay.
Is there any...
Revan
I'll check
introduces
behind.
himself. He's like, I'm Sandre's +1.
I'm just +1. I want to roll to see if there's anything back there too. 17. Do I see anything?
Do you try and get a look at the sheaf of paper that Sandre has before he puts it into a bottle?
I don't particularly care if he doesn't show it to me. I'm just gonna
Okay.
look back there.
If you go around behind the counter and look, you see it's mostly bottles. There's a bunch of bottles on the ground that are already empty. There are some more wooden, like, mugs with handles on them. Most of them fairly evenly cut. Some not as much. There's a couple buckets that are already full of water. You don't know how long they've been sitting there. And you find a key on a little... it's on like a loop, it's on the key ring, attached to a hook. There's 2 keys on it.
I'll take those.
Okay.
And over here, this chest right here. This chest, is that there?
It is a chest, yes. It's a small chest. It has a lock on it about half the size of the chest itself.
Did the keys look like they fit in there?
They might. You're not overly familiar with the whole tumbler process.
I'll stick them into the keyhole.
Though you've been told it's cancerous, and you've never been sure what that has in the box. All right. First key. Okay. The first key doesn't. It goes into the lock, but it doesn't turn at all.
Okay.
You try the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. That one pops the lock open. You open the chest. There's a set of fine clothing. There is what looks like it's a lot of paper bound in twine. Do you undo any of it?
I'll pocket it.
Okay. Let's see. It is 11 sheafs of paper that are all wrapped up with twine.
Okay.
Huh.
Alright. And I guess I'll relock it and play it and take the other key that didn't open the thing.
Okay, they're on the same key ring. You would have to snap the ring to get.
Oh,
the
well,
one off.
I'll take them then. I don't care.
Okay.
Can I smith this back together?
With
Just
fire,
relock
baby.
it. Relock it. Just put the.
Hail
take the keys.
Ignis.
Too bad he doesn't have fiery gauntlets.
We talked about this.
Just like. Have a nice sleep, I guess. Guy.
If you could
Walk
take his
out.
soul, I know you would.
Look, I was really debating on killing him, just like on the floor, but.
You're just like, Sandre, check for me. Is anyone looking? No?
Just microwave him.
Oh, God.
But yeah. Actually. Is there? You said there was an upstairs, right?
There is. There's a staircase in the northeast corner of the building.
Want to go upstairs?
Yeah. Let's go up.
Where do upstairs.
All right. You make for the stairs.
Before we go upstairs. Oh.
If you guys make for the stairs, as soon as you start walking up the stairs,
Actually, can we teleport up the stairs?
you could teleport up to the highest stair that you could see.
Yeah.
But it's
And that's
still
past-
it's still visible. Like it's not blocked off until you actually get level with the next floor up.
Okay, then never mind. We're just gonna walk.
One of the guys at the nearby table, this guy, he turns and he says, "No one goes upstairs but the captains." Bunch of fucking and he looks around at the people at his table for an answer. He's
Bunch
like,
of...
the God damn it, what are they called? Bunch of scalies are tied up upstairs. Nobody goes up there but the captains.
Right.
He waves you back down.
I have a goal in mind.
We're gonna go outside then.
I'm gonna ask him. I was at Sandra. Do you really want to go upstairs?
Yeah, but not in here.
I mean, I could take care of him.
Sure, let's go outside.
We're gonna go outside. Is there a window?
Make a perception check as you're leaving the building.
Ooh.
29.
Yes, you actually spotted a window. There's no window on the second story. There's a window on the first story opposite where the door is.
Okay. Alright. Did you have a plan?
Do you guys close the door behind you or just leave it open?
We'll close the door. We'll close
And then he props something up against it.
it.
So nobody can escape.
Put a chair.
Put a barrel of blasting powder.
Yeah. Trigger it. Right. Yeah. So, what?
Teleport into window? No?
There's no window on the second floor.
No window on the second floor?
Is there a chimney?
No.
Not that you can see, and you didn't spot a fireplace inside.
Okay.
It's
Well, then
Ravenclaws.
we can teleport onto the roof of the building.
He's here with presents for all the girls and boys that have not wronged him.
It's dark, right?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 hours after nightfall now.
Which doesn't matter
Ooh.
because all orcs have night vision. Or dark vision.
Yeah, but it was humans patrolling, right?
It does seem to be mostly, if not entirely, humans patrolling because they're carrying torches.
No one's sober at this time anyway. Teleport us up.
Alright,
This
we're
will
gonna
be
teleport to the roof.
fine. This is a great
Alright, so
idea.
you guys are going up to the roof.
Yep.
About this time, for the other two people, Nalera, you finally make it. You can see lights ahead of you, and you've reached a ship. Jiao, just to catch you up on this, you
Yep.
found another ship of roughly the same size and with the same armored, like, metal plating around the waterline, parked or docked in front of the other one. Past that ship, there are smaller ships that are also right off the shoreline. You haven't found any actual docks yet. These are all anchored off the coast.
This is just a regular ship, right?
Yeah, I'm working on these big ones first. I'll skip by the smaller ones.
Okay, so you just keep going then?
Yeah, so I'll do the first big one, second big one, and then I'll keep moving along.
Well, you
And
didn't
if I
do
don't-
anything to the first big one. You just you checked it
Oh, I
and then
wanted
you moved
to.
on to say that you were going to see what else was here first.
Oh no, I go back because I wanted to.
Okay. The wood, like I said, right around the water line, about 2 feet in either direction, is where the brass plating is on the ship. And it looks like it's possibly been treated with something, because you don't see much, if any, rust going on the metal.
Oh, I can change that. A little bit of acid. Give it a little bit of acid.
Audacity spit. This is a regular ship, yes?
What do you mean by regular ship?
Like, do I see metal plating or anything?
No, you don't see any kind of metal plating. It's a smaller ship. It's more than a skiff. Like, you could probably put 12, maybe 15 people on
Nalera
here
has no ideas what that
if
would
you
mean.
packed it in. Well, Nalera spent a lot of, at least quite a few years in the human republics, which are mostly maritime. One of them is landlocked, but the rest aren't. And so she's familiar at least with different sizes of ships. This one is like a small to medium sized ship. You would guess that you could put at least a dozen people on here, maybe more.
But she would know, like, this is more for transferring people than it is a
Correct.
quote unquote
This
warship.
would be a trade ship, that Corsairs had taken over just to
She
get
still
people.
does the same thing. Do
Okay.
it.
Then I need 2 sneak checks from her, followed by 2 strength checks.
I'm assuming you need that from me as well.
I do need that from you as well. But I need from you, are you doing it above the plate line, below the plate line, or are you attempting to use your crowbar to pry plates off? Because that's different. Like, that ship is built for anti-sabotage.
I go straight into the plate with my acid.
Goes straight in with his acid.
Nalera, you do not manage to pry off wood. Let's
Can I
see.
try again?
Okay. You don't see, like, nobody on board has come looking, so you don't think anyone, like, heard you doing it. But yeah, you didn't manage to pry anything off. Zhao Yu. Let's see. You land both of the hits. You did perception checks?
No, sneaking.
Oh,
Sneaking
that's
is
right.
underneath.
They're together. You sort of like a saw blade, like you're running the blade up and down against the brass. You can see that it's wearing through. It's a lot louder than the wood, and it's not going. It's going like less than half the speed of what it took to chew through the wood. If you keep at it, it's loud enough that someone eventually should hear it if they're on the front of the ship.
Okay. I go lower then. I go below this plate.
Okay, so you're gonna go below the waterline and do it?
Yeah.
Alright, you do also have the option of attempting to pry off one of the plates with the crowbar, but that's a strength check, and you, like Nalera, don't have a lot of strength.
I'm so strong. Boom! I go below the waterline.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Gee!" Never mind.
Pulled a hammy. You're not even using your hamster. Pulled a hammy. Okay. Yeah, you, below the waterline, and then I need 2 more checks from you just because you're starting over. 2 sneaks, and then the melee, just to make sure you don't roll ones. Dang.
Those aren't ones.
Pretty sure those are both 14s.
Yeah, they're both 14s. Alright, you managed to get a hull roughly the same size as before, about a foot long, and 2.5, 3 inches. You do immediately see water begin to filter in through that hole because it is below the water.
Yep.
So make a sailing check real quick. Okay. You don't know a lot about it. But you would guess, and you could be wildly off with this guess. The amount of water going in there is gonna be like, if someone's standing there, they're gonna notice it. But you don't expect it would do significant damage as far as actually weighing the boat down or sinking it. For probably the better part of an hour, if not longer. Like, this ship is huge, and it's not a lot of water getting in there.
That's fine.
Okay, like I said, you could be way off, but when you look at it, you're like, yeah, I've probably got maybe an hour before someone calls the alarm in on this.
I'll make it bigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you actually do that, or are you moving on? Okay, so
Oh, I do it.
all right,
Let's just give it one more.
all right. You actually push the blade like in through it, and you just snap off like another 3 inches of width on that.
All right. I hightail it to the next one. Yes, that's a
You have a
pun.
tail.
Yep.
And Derek, I'm gonna try again, but she's kind of getting frustrated with the crowbar, so she actually just attempts to use her sword to like hack at it a little bit.
You mean her bone sword?
She doesn't know what it's made of, does she?
It looks like a type of bone. It looks sort of like ivory, but it has more of a sheen to it than ivory.
Well, I mean, it's a sword. It has more weight to it than her tiny
yeah.
daggers. So
Definitely does.
She would use her sword, unless sword doesn't want to be used, I guess.
No, the sword.
Sword, you always do come back!
Undersea sword. No, wait, no, stolen sword.
A stolen sword. Stolen murder sword. Bloodthirsty sword. Okay, so yeah, can I go ahead and do that? Alright, do I need to do sneaks?
2 sneak checks, and then 2 attack checks. Oh, that was almost a 1.
I saw. And then what is the other attack? Just regular sword attack?
Yeah, you can just do your regular sword attack for 2 attacks. I just need to see that you don't roll a 1.
Okay.
All right. It's not as fast going. Well, I mean, it should probably be about the same as Zhao Yu. You're going right along the base of the ship. Like, you're not going at this with the same idea that Zhao Yu is or started with.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do some damage. I don't have, like, the know-how. I was like, I know if a hole gets in the ship, it's gonna do something.
You saw a hole in the ship in the back, about 7-8 inches across, straight up into a room in the ship. You don't see a light coming from that room, so you're not sure exactly what is in there. But you do puncture through right into the room with the sword. It's about 7 inches long, about 2 to 3 inches deep, and you immediately can see water like pulling in to the room.
I just kind of like look at the crowbar, like, shit. And then
I'm so disappointed in you, Crowbar.
I know, it's like you're on the bench. And does it look like enough water is going in to where like this will eventually ship? To me, like what it?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how you would.
This is large enough that like the Dutch boy could not come along and plug it with his finger.
Got it. I don't know what that means. Okay, yeah, I move on to the next one until I come upon it.
You've never heard that with like the little boy coming along and putting his finger in the wall?
Yeah, but he wasn't necessarily Dutch. His name was just George.
He's Dutch. He's got to be the fat little like.
He's Georgie Porgy.
And
it was a pie.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Sounds like a different story entirely.
It might be.
Like some Norse.
Jen, this is
golden-haired, fat-fingered boy.
One animal underwater does not a story make. Bunch of dead animals rotting under the ocean. It's a different story, pretty much. All right, give me 2 more checks real quick, and then we'll get back to someone else on this.
Oh, me?
No. 2 checks from her.
Okay.
14, 16.
And then I'm just doing the same thing. Like crowbar got waylaid.
Okay. Wow, a 2. You very nearly screwed that up. All right.
Well, I mean, at this point, she's getting tired and sloppy.
Jeez, on her second go.
She's
I
third.
guess this is third. I mean, that's...
She would much rather just be hacking and slashing on Ran. She is out. She's literally out of her
element.
Yeah.
All right. It's the hole you put into this one is not quite as big. Also, you managed to hack like a chunk out of this in your sawing process. However, when you finally do break through into whatever room it is that you're carving into, one of the other nearby planks in the cross weave with it snaps out of place and smacks the water, making a loud sound, and the edge of that plank snaps off and ricochets back into the room. Can I get a perception check from you?
You're dead.
You're dead. Buckshot. 14. You hear very faintly, because you were in the water and this person isn't, you hear, "Oh gods, what the hell was that?"
I go to the
In garbled human.
I go to the next one a
Okay.
little faster.
So
Like
you're-
however more quickly I can move in the water, which isn't much.
Underwater.
I move that much. I move the appropriate amount.
There you go.
Okay, and as far as Zhao Yu, are you attempting the same thing on the second ship here?
No, I'm gonna take these boards off.
You're gonna attempt to take a plate off?
Yeah.
Okay, I just need a sneak check and two sneak checks and two strength checks.
Boom, bang, doom, dom.
You manage on the second strength. Oh, okay. Yeah, I keep seeing your perception checks and thinking they're sneaks. You manage on the second strength check to pry it free of the base board that it's attached to, that it was like nailed into. But you don't manage to actually pull it like off the ship. It's sort of like it's attached at the top, but not the bottom. It doesn't just float off.
I remove it.
That's another strength check. An easier one, but
Albeit another.
that's not.
Thankfully, the right one was
Yeah.
the 20.
The wrong one. The one on your sneak check is where you pop it off up, and like one of the guys on the ship sees it go like flying across. Fuck was that? No, you managed to get the plates themselves. Look like they're about 2 feet, 2 feet up and down, and about 8 to 12 inches wide, depending on the plate. You just picked a smaller one. You still haven't managed to fully like break it off the wood, but it's a curved piece of metal. You bent the bottom of it. It's still attached to the top, but you do have 8 inches wide of exposed wood there on the water line that you could get at.
I do it.
Okay, and then I need the same checks for you to saw through it.
Oh, those are good rolls. Oh, I rolled way too many Snicker snaps.
There's a lot of snicker snaps there. No, but you managed to do it, and those sneak checks are high enough that they might make the 25. Nope, no one on the ship seems to notice. So then, do you just keep going along the coastline?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we're returning back to our duo, our comic duo here. What are you guys doing? You don't know where Zhao Yu or Nalera are. I mean, you have some idea. Nalera said she was going to go deal with a ship and then double back to where you guys were heading to. And Zhao Yu assumedly is in the water somewhere doing Batman things. But you haven't seen them or heard from them, and you haven't heard anyone shout.
Night, but in the water.
Honestly, we don't even know where we are. We're on the roof.
Okay, so you're on the roof of the building. It is a steepled roof, so it's tough to walk around on. But you can see the rest of the village from there.
Oh, well,
There's
some up
3
here.
buildings south of you. Specialize. Yeah, there's 3 buildings to the south, 6 buildings to the north. This one looks like it's sort of in the middle of town, not entirely. But you do get a good enough look at the ships, because most all, if not all of them, are lit. They have lanterns or torches set. You count 13 ships docked around the south end of the island. 2 of them are exceptionally large. The rest of them look to be roughly the same size of like medium to smaller ships, but 2 of them are probably 80 to 100 feet in length front to back. Which, Again, none of you are super familiar with ships, but you know that's larger, like in ship sizes. Like a regular trading vessel is maybe 40 feet.
All right.
The larger ships are on the left side or west side of the island. The rest of them are just wrapped from there along the south side and then up along the east.
All right. So, what did you want to do up here, Sandra?
You were the one who wanted to go on the roof, man.
No, that
Sandra
was
wanted to
me.
go on
How do we silently crash through the roof? What's the roof made of?
Wood. Only the base of the building is stone.
But what's the
Well-
top made of?
It's wood with what looks like probably balsa wood or the equivalent for like shingles along the top. They're buckling under your weight.
Well, in theory, if we could cut a hole through it and get a light down there, and I could teleport us through there.
Okay, remove one plank.
Sandra is strong enough. With or without a crowbar, you could attempt to rip one of these off.
Yeah, that's
Maybe not
what I'm
loud.
gonna do.
He can even,
Like, can you not?
he
Wait,
can
can you
make a
not do it
sneak
loudly?
check, but I don't know how much of a difference.
I
it's
don't
gonna
know. Okay, they are nailed down.
Probably with wooden nails, but yeah.
Can we just I can just conjure a hammer and just...
I am carrying hammers 24/7.
I'll use your hammer and get it out.
I'm just gonna use my nice gauntlets and get them a bit bent in the attempt here. And do you want a skill check? Do you want a strength check?
You can actually, if you're attempting to like pry the nails free and pull the shingle off, you can use your crafting check and then a strength check to do that. Because you are going about it like it's something that you're making or deconstructing.
Boom, I guess. That was a shitty roll.
Alright, that's enough that with your dark vision, you know where the things are. 13, are you using a tool or are you just using your hand?
I'm just using my hands.
You're attempting to do it quiet-ish. You don't manage to tear the shingle off. Like, you can see where the nails are coming up, but you're either going to have to give it more force or you're going to have to use a lever of some kind.
More force.
That does it. Let's see.
I guess. Oh,
Oh, fuck.
shit.
I need a sneak check from the both of you.
No thanks.
You're asking me for skills I am not good at.
Basically, I need a dex check from both of you guys.
I have a +1 to sneak.
Hey guys! We haven't
hello.
spotted. Oh,
16.
Okay. You guys hear from, and you're on top of the building, but there's no like tile for it. From the west side, someone shout, like, yelling in human, like, who the hell is up on top of the building?
I'm gonna tell.
You're not sure he's seen you yet, but he clearly heard something, and he's sort of waving his torch around, like trying to get a better angle. He's
I'm gonna tell
he's up on a hill,
Sandra.
but he can't see the top.
I'm gonna tell Sanjay and Orcus to just act drunk.
how far down is it?
From the side of the building, it's about 22 feet.
Push him off the roof, Revan. Quick, be drunk.
Act drunk. Do it.
I don't think I have the force to do that.
I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna jump down.
The plank
Okay.
is upright.
Do you attempt to make it look drunken? Or
No, I try to stealthily jump down.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, make
How are
an
you gonna-
athletics
oh
check,
my God.
and then a dex check.
Athletics.
How do you
Athletic.
stealthily jump down?
Shh. Athletics.
Okay. That's fine.
Ooh.
You make the jump check and you take no damage when you hit the ground. So, what you attempted to do was you were on top of the roof, in this area.
Yeah.
And you jumped from the building off. You hit the ground, you rolled, and your goal was you're just gonna roll into like the soft grass here and just try and make it like dissipate the sound as much as possible. You hit the ground, you roll, the impact is dissipated, but all of the metal plating in your armor jingles like Santa's bells as you like cross another 5 feet in your successful damage mitigating roll. And it sounds like somebody just picked up a bunch of chains and was like, shh, 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 shh. So everybody hears you.
I'll be right back 1 second.
And
Is
the guy comes
is the
hurrying
whole-
around the corner and he's like, who the what? What? Were you on the roof?
No, god damn it! A squirrel stole my bread. I'm trying to get it down.
He yelled at you in broken Orcish. So he's not yelling at you in human, and you're speaking back to him in Orcish.
Yeah.
All right. He says, I'm gonna need your name. This is going to Inkuda.
I'm gonna give him the name I wrote down on the list.
Okay. He takes out a list out of his like jerkin, and he looks at it, and he's like squinting at the list, and he can't quite put it together, and he's like, yeah. Okay.
That's you.
Well, he's gonna hear about this in the morning. We don't need you guys getting all rowdy before the battle. Just get drunk, lay low. I don't know how strong your boss has to be to keep all you jackasses in line like this. Don't let me find you out here again, jumping around on the roof. We need this building until we leave. And he starts cursing, but in human, and he walks away.
How the hell did this cow get up on the roof?
Yeah, I love how that guy didn't even think about that. Like, how did this enormous orc covered in armor get on that roof?
I'm telling you,
That's so crazy.
we 4 people are the only ones sober here.
Well, that and the
I'm
fact that, like, Sandre is strong enough, he could have easily climbed to the second story of that building.
I mean, do orcs just do that? They just go climbing?
Orcs do whatever they
Alright,
want.
So,
A squirrel and a
whatever.
sandwich, god damn it.
as an example, Sandre got a 29 on his athletics. That's good enough to climb the building.
Okay, that's fine then.
I'm gonna. So the plague is gone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's on the ground next to Sandre.
I guess I'll just slip down if I can. Do I have to teleport in?
You have to teleport in. It's only about a 4 by 5 inch area.
Okay, I'll teleport in.
Okay, you find yourself in a dark room. There's no lights, but there's some like starlight coming in. It's not very bright. The room looks like it is the majority of the attic or second floor. You're not entirely sure. You only drop down about 8 feet. But it's packed wall to wall with Celestians that are cuffed like hand and foot, and most of them are sleeping.
Okay.
Oh wait, you don't have dark vision on, right?
No.
Okay, so
I mean, I have that 5 feet of dark vision.
when you drop down, you can see you land amongst sleeping Celestians. You don't land on anybody because you could see the floor from where you were at. But as far as you can see, like the 5 feet around you with the very, very dim light, there are Celestians up here unconscious on the floor, and they've got manacles about their wrists and their ankles.
Right. So, I'll make a quick teleport back up to the roof and be like, so what are we doing with
There's
this?
no one on the roof to talk to.
No, I'm gonna like whisper down to Sandra. So what are we supposed to be doing with them?
Sandra, make a perception check. He's whispering.
11.
All right. That's enough. I mean, you know what to listen for. You're familiar with his voice. You get the question.
I don't know, man. You wanted to go into the attic.
Fine.
Why? What are they? Are they prisoners? Guests?
Seems
Generals?
like they're prisoners.
I don't know. Give them a spoon or something.
Do you wanna tell Jody?
A spoon.
Yeah, so they can dig themselves out.
Yeah, so
They're in
they're on
the
the roof. Go. I guess go tell Jody about it, and I'll teleport down and see what I can get out of them.
I don't know where anyone are.
You go back into the room is where you teleport, or you teleport to the ground?
Into the room. Back into the room.
Okay. You look around the room. Like you can walk around. A lot of the ground is covered with sleeping Celestians.
Don't step on a tail.
Yeah, I mean, they're curled everywhere. You don't see any that are awake right now, which I mean makes sense. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. They look to all be captive. What else
Which
are you gonna
one
do
looks
when you're
like the
a slave
leader?
but sleep?
Which one looks like a leader? Or the big one?
They are all wearing somewhere between peasants and sailors' clothing. Like it's just loose fitting clothing with a belt or a sash, and then mostly grimy, maybe once white or green linen pants.
I guess I will. One of the sailors, the dude that looks more grizzled, I will.
You're like, if they could just grow beards, I would know which one of these guys is the most grizzled.
Just kick him on the thigh. Just be like, hey, and like clamp. I'm gonna clamp his mouth down. I'm gonna kick him on the thigh. You're like, hey,
Okay.
wake up.
He comes alert, like his eyes flash open, and he looks around the room quickly. He doesn't have dark vision. He has even less dark vision than you do. But he focuses in on your voice and sort of looks at you, and he'd rub his eyes if he could, but
Lightstone?
I don't know. With that tile missing in the ceiling, light will show out through the top of the building. All right, but he looks at you and he says in Silesian, who? What are you?
I don't understand Celestian.
He seems to be like very out of it. If you speak to him in another language, he might recognize one, but he's still half asleep.
Yeah, no. Reverend is just like, I don't speak Celestian.
Do you say that in human?
Common.
Or? Okay.
Yeah, in common. Yeah.
He returns to you. He says, "Oh, human? Yeah.
Yes.
Who are you? What are you doing here? Who are you with?"
First Scout Pearson.
Did the elders send you?
Yes.
Oh, good. Some of us had thought that they'd killed him. I thought he got away. I'm glad to hear that he sent somebody for us.
So, I'm going to be pretending that I'm working with these guys. So, just alert you guys of that. I have a few other people here with me who are helping out. Try not to die. I will send this information on. Have a nice rest of your sleep. Or whatever you
Alright.
do.
He looks at, he nods all the way through your talking, and as soon as you're done talking, he's like, we don't really know what's going on. We're just fishermen here. Like 100 guys showed up with orcs. It was very fast. They rounded all of us up in the building. How many? 4? You said 4?
Yeah, about.
There's a lot of guys here.
Yeah, about. but they think two of us are working with them, and yeah, just yeah, don't die. Awesome.
He just sort of nods like there's not much else that he can do. He's not gonna
Yeah,
like be upset.
and because like, Revan's like right now, Revan's just like I don't have. You're not dead. Okay, awesome. I can't do anything.
I don't care enough to like reassure you.
Right.
Do you teleport back out the way you came?
Yeah.
All right. He gasps audibly when you do this, and the fire of hope is lit anew in his heart because he's like, some sort of master wizard has come to save us.
I'm just gonna whisper back. Don't be a hero. I'm just gonna teleport back down and start casually walking over to Sandra. Like, yup, there are people in there.
Sandre, this is a person that doesn't believe you're a drunk fool. Right now.
What?
Yeah, I just kind of teleport back down. Like, I teleport up to the roof and then I teleport down. I'm like, yup, there are people in there.
It's okay, people. What people?
Celestians.
Ours?
Nope, they just lived here and they were attacked randomly.
Why? Randomly?
Yeah, I guess they wanted the island.
Okay then. So find the other ones then, or
I mean, I told them not to die, so.
well, find the captain then.
I mean, there's nothing much we can do until we find our leader. So.
Okay, so find the captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you guys.
Was there a door in there, by the way?
You didn't see enough of the room to know if there's a door. You would assume either a door or a hatch.
Okay. Did you wanna go up to the thing again and walk around?
Me up on the roof?
Yeah, I can teleport us in there.
I don't want to jump down again.
You don't have to jump down again. Is there anything-
Probably. Also, the patrolling dude is looking for me if I'm trying to climb up again.
I mean, stay down.
I will.
So we're doing this?
All right. So what do the two of you do now that you've discovered that there are Celestians either on the second floor or the attic? You're not 100%.
We need to find the captain.
Do I know if the he said that the captain was on the second floor, right? Did he?
No.
Or did he just say he was in different? Okay.
The orc inside said that the captain was asleep.
Mhm.
The human inside told you no one goes upstairs but the captains.
Mhm.
So he might be asleep upstairs, but they didn't say specifically that he was asleep upstairs.
Okay. I mean, he might be up there.
It's possible, but no one has strictly, like speaking, said that.
Yeah. Is there anybody walking around?
Huh?
Is anybody walking around? Like any, like just humans?
The only people walking about out here are the people that are like scouting around, that are on patrol.
Yeah. Let's go find one of them. Let's go.
We're gonna go this way then, because the other way we have.
A guy that's gonna ask too many questions.
Yeah. Let's not kill people just yet. Hey, here's a dude.
Hey, you.
That's not something I thought I'd ever hear Sandre say.
Right? No, you find a
Can't
guy.
just stop.
He's leaning up against a stone well, and he's just sort of taking
Push
a
him in.
breather.
I was contemplating. Hey, you.
What's going on? Who are you?
Looking for what was his name? Entuka. What's his name?
Gotta write this down.
I was in the thing. Hold on. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we're looking for Chief Dude. Waiting for the
Captain.
chat. Yeah, we're looking for a captain.
Ooh.
He says you're looking for an Antuco?
Yeah, and Tuca.
Yeah, I think he's asleep, but if you wanna wake him, you're more than welcome to do so.
Oh, I'd love the opportunity.
Just don't get me involved.
Where do we sleep?
He walks up here. And he points for you guys at the building right here.
Mm-hmm.
He says, now, you know my name, and it's going to stay that way. And if you wake him up and he's upset, you leave me out of this.
Uh-huh.
Yup. We don't know his name.
Who are you? we're just kind of like walking by, like, yep, uh-huh, we don't.
Alright, as you guys walk away, can I get a perception check from both of you real quick?
23.
3.
Alright, as soon as you guys are about maybe 20, 25 feet away, Revan, you notice the guy holding the torch has started, like, backtracking, not walking away. He's walking away from you, still looking at you. And when he gets about 50 feet, he turns and starts, like, double moving it for the docks.
So, Andre, we got a runner. I'm going to...
Teleport.
No, not teleport. That's too much work.
Oh no.
I'm gonna try to pitfall if it's in range. Let's see.
It's exactly 100 feet from you.
Yep, okay, pitfall.
Oh.
Reflex 18.
I don't think that saves against me. I think he needs like at
Okay.
least a 20.
What's the depth of the pitfall?
It is a blah 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 blah. It is a 10-foot pit, I believe. Yeah, 10-foot pit.
Okay, so it's your basic pitfall.
I just wanted to stop his movement.
Alright, he falls into a pit that somehow forms in the dock, but not underneath it.
Okay.
He lets out a shout as he falls, like, ah! Like a scream of sorts.
I'm just gonna walk over, like, very casually, and just be like, so, what was up with that, running business you were doing just now?
Alright, when you get over there, by that time, he's gonna get one attempt to climb. If you're running over there, you'll get there before he does that, but...
Casual stroll.
Nope.
That is a failed check. Alright, he's attempting to climb out of the 10-foot pit, but he's still trying to hold his torch, is the excuse I'm going with for why he rolled so poorly. He's gonna put it down and attempt to climb next time, but when you show up, and you're like, very ominously, what are you running for? He looks at you and sort of squints, and then he shouts, it's an attack, as loud as he can.
I'm just gonna sit there. I'm actually gonna let them up.
You're gonna
Like,
raise him out of the ground? Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna just sit there and stare at him, just be like, so what was the deal?
okay.
He can
Who's
shout all he
attacking
wants.
you?
I'm gonna raise it out, I'm gonna be like, so seriously, what was the deal with the running?
Okay, I'm asking, are you raising him up, or are you, like, dissipating the
Yeah, I'm letting him
pitfall?
out. I'm letting the pitfall up, like, dispelling it. So he's just standing in front of me. Just like,
As
I'm
soon,
staring him right in the eye.
as soon as you let him up, let's see.
He throws down dice.
No, as
For
soon
initiative.
as you let him up and the pit doesn't exist anymore, his torch, which was on the ground, is now on the planks and immediately starts to catch fire to the wood.
Oops.
Really now? Everything is that flammable?
Yeah, I feel like that's not how it works. I know how difficult it is to make a campfire.
Is
It's
the
not.
is
It's not
the,
a big fire, but I'm saying the torch with pitch on it is just rolling across the wood now.
I see.
I'm gonna try to pick that up and stamp out some fires. Revenue, interrogate this dude.
it was, so
He looks at.
yeah.
He looks at you. He looks a little scared. And he says, "Look, everybody around here knows that you don't mess with Captain Nkuda. You clearly don't even know his name."
And we were told literally when we got here to go talk to him. They said that he was asleep, so we wanted to at least know what building he was in.
Make a speech check,
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
because you lying to him.
I mean, it's true though.
It is, but you're trying to manipulate him.
It's a +3, I think I said, yeah.
I think you rolled maybe a 5 last time.
14.
I mean, hey, I believe him.
Ooh.
Okay, you and him are both gonna roll off again.
I'm not gonna do well. 9. What?
Ooh.
Alright, smart guy. If you really were told to speak with let me say it right, with Nkuda, what ship did you come on in? Who's the captain?
What was the name of that guy? Sandre?
I'm not good with names. It was a supply ship.
What was it? I don't even remember. Like, I'm just literally just gonna be like blankly, I don't know. I was like, but yes, then he's also gonna be like, but I could have killed you, right? Clearly, if I
Sandra,
didn't
make
take
a,
the opportunity.
Make a reflex save to try and put that fire out, if that's what you were...
Yes. Reflex.
12. Oh, 23. Yeah.
Okay,
you.
you stamp it out. Like I said, it wasn't a
Clearly.
big fire, it was just catching fire to the top of the wood.
Also grab the torch.
So he's like, clearly, if I didn't take the opportunity to end your life right then, I have no interest in doing it now.
Who are you?
Made for hire.
In my brain, I'm just like, I'm the juggernaut.
No, Sandre's the Juggernaut.
Yeah, that's really true.
No, he looks at you, he gets very squinty-eyed.
The name is Revan. Pleasure to meet you, I suppose. Is that all you require?
Yeah, sure.
Can I insight check him?
Well,
Yes,
why
you can
haven't we been
you
rushed
can
yet?
absolutely do that.
It's a straight wisdom save, right?
Mhm.
Or- okay.
Just, yeah, wisdom check.
18.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
I opened up a whole
Yeah.
ton of window.
Oh,
All the code. Weird.
got all that code. Right?
All that code. No, you seem to have allayed his fears. He's still a little suspicious. But, in the meantime, some people on the nearby ships have walked up to the back of their ships and they're looking down at you, this speaking encounter you're having with him. And he looks back at them and he just sort of like gives them the okay wave.
It's an attack! No, JK.
Just kidding.
No, and he says, he's like, I must have just tripped on something.
Revan is actually gonna give him some gold. He's like, here, buy yourself a drink. Sorry for the stress we caused.
How much gold is it?
That's a lot of gold. At least 3 gold.
It's a lot.
It's like 3 gold. He can buy himself some good drinks.
Oh yeah,
All right.
it's a lot of money.
He gives
Yeah.
the appropriate amount.
He looks at the 3 coins, and then he looks back at you and he says, "My patrol's done anyways. I'll be seeing you." And he leaves and he walks north towards the party patrol that you guys first ran into when you got there.
Oh, Revan's gonna have some fun. You know how Revan likes to make friends. Let's do this a different way.
Yep. He vanishes. He goes up north. He's going to where the party bonfire is.
I'm gonna-
Bonfire.
The bonfire.
I'm gonna teleport on the boat that the guys are just like, hey, is everything okay? I was gonna be like,
They're both a little taken aback by this. In the meantime,
so yeah.
Xiao Yu, are you just continuing on with what you were doing?
Yes.
All right. I know it's not the most exciting thing, sabotaging
to break
ships
all the
one
boats,
after the
man.
other.
Let me do a couple. Boom, boom. Oh god, that was close. Oh wait, actually, that doesn't. I need to be prying. Oh, does this one not have a? This one probably doesn't have a bronze thing
No,
on
these
it,
ones
right?
don't. These ones do not have metal plates on them.
Okay. Boing, doing. Okay, so
He's
I
so sneaky.
move on to the next one. The heck? There we go.
Okay.
Do I do it again?
Yeah, you have in the amount of time that's passed, you've had time to do four
Boink.
separate attempts.
Okay, that's good. Doing. Those are cutting it close.
Get it?
Oh god, no!
Oh God!
And then a 2.
Oh god.
All right.
Hey.
You roll a 1, and you manage. You punch in like through it, and you see that you can see there are people sleeping on the floor in here of the ship. There's people in hammocks, and then there are people sleeping like or unconscious. I mean, they may be drunk. On the floor. You can tell it's gonna take maybe a minute or two before the water starts to wash over these guys. Like, not entirely, it's not gonna drown them in like a minute, but they're gonna feel it pretty quickly. And some of the splinters are already like pushing up close to them. You did it a little bit closer to the, you slipped and cut right at the water line instead of above it.
How many people are in there?
You can see 4 people on the floor in there.
I climb to the ship and I try to look over and see if there's anybody in there on the top.
Make a perception check.
Fuck. Why? God. You know what? No. You know what? I have an accolade that I haven't used for many, many games, and I'm going to use it.
Okay.
Because
To
now
reroll.
is... Yeah. I'm not fucking this up. There we go.
Better.
Alright,
You rolled another 1.
Yeah, I know.
Damn it. No, when you pull yourself up to the side of the ship, and the ship sits about... There's a wall up that's higher, but the baseline is about 5 feet over the water line. You can see there are 2 guys, 2 humans walking around. You don't see a sword on either of them, but there's crossbows hanging from their belts, and 1 orc that has been walking around the ship, says something to the 2 of them, and moves to head off and is speaking with an orc on the shoreline now.
Can I see where the door is to get, or like the area to get to down
You
it?
can see there's a door near the back of the ship where there's a raised area, and then there are 2 checker marked like ways to get into the hold where you would lift up hatches.
How armored are these guys?
One of them is right here. It's small. You could probably squeak through it, but it would be tough. The other one is much larger right here. These guys that are patrolling, they're wearing what looks like leather reinforced pants, but they're walking around shirtless.
Those sleuts.
Give me 1 second. Let me check my inventory. This is when throw sound or whatever would be awesome to have.
Oh, also, you're right next to a light source. Like, there's a light source up at the front of the ship.
It's alright, I'm basically invisible. I just throw, like, one of the pittons or something onto... Where am I? Like, God, my freaking screen. I try to, like, toss it, like, over there. I loft it way
lucky
up
for
high
you, that's a ranged
so they don't
attack.
see it. Yeah. I loft it up high so they don't see it, but they hear it when
You're
it
trying
lands.
to put it, what, like on the high deck?
Yeah.
This area?
Yeah. Ranged attack.
Okay.
There we go.
You managed to, like, heave it up over. It doesn't quite make it all the way there. Because you threw it so high, it catches on the last sail and hits the ground about 5 feet away from this guy. And he like, jumps up startled and looks at it. Or looks in its direction.
Do they both look, or just...
They both look, but that guy is, like, startled by it because it hit the ground, like, 4 or 5 feet away from him.
Okay. I sneak on through here. I sneak a snack. Oh god, this is dangerous.
Make a sneak check.
Oh, thank god! Thank god!
This is like Nalera jumping into the chest.
20. Feels
Alright,
good, man.
The hatch here, it's not locked in any way. You pull it up, pretty much you have to basically lift it all the way up because you're armored. You slip in, holding onto the top, and just as lightly as possible drop down to the floor. You can see that there are 4 figures sleeping on the ground in here, and 3 other figures sleeping in hammocks.
One by one, I just slit their throats.
Give me 7 attack rolls just to make sure you don't get a 1.
That's 6.
Good luck.
Hey!
Okay. Yeah, with making coup de grace attacks on these guys, none of them is going to survive. They all are going to have, like, the acid burns around their neck where you slash them open, but they're all dead.
Is there any, what else is in here? Is it just
Water.
hammocks?
Are they wearing pants?
Okay.
Water is in here now. It's about half an inch deep over the front half of the ship.
How impossible would it take to make that hole big enough for me to fit through?
The front of the ship?
Yeah. That'd take forever?
You would have to make like a second and possibly third hole, and then strength check to just break the wood to make a hole large enough for you to get out, which would also be very loud.
Yep, never mind. I go back and I try to peek through to find a good time to get out. That's perceiving. I do like the classic where my head's like right above. I'm just like,
Where your head is holding up the thing.
yeah.
Okay. You do a perception check. They're not looking directly at you. One of the humans has picked up the piton, and they're all talking about like where the hell it came from. You do notice both of the orcs have come off the shoreline and are standing on the ship, and they're talking about whether or not, like, the humans seem to think that the orcs threw it at them to scare them.
Those a-holes, am I right?
Well, I mean, the orcs would be in the right. Humans are assholes.
Yeah, I just sneak off while this is happening, because...
Alright. There is nothing
my-
for you to hide behind until you're off the ship, so you're going to make a sneak check, and they're all going to get individual perception checks.
For fuck's sake. Ah,
Good luck.
thank God. 18, baby. They have to basically roll a 20 to see me.
Or 19.
No, because my sneaking is 39. They
That's what
have
I'm
to-
saying.
Yeah. Oh. Baby.
Go team.
That's the guys on
Go
that
Team
ship and the
Shayu.
people on the other ship over here.
And then I just slink into the water.
Shayu is the knight.
Make an athletics check for me real quick to see how quietly you actually drop down into the water.
That's strength.
Yeah, and it's swim related, so you can add your swim bonus, which is an 8 for having an actual swim speed.
God,
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
So you lift yourself up out of the ship quietly. You basically roll like a snake, like slither onto the deck on your back, and sort of upend your legs using your tail over your head, slip into the water. Everything's perfect, and when you hit the water, there's just like bloop, but it's a loud one. And the guys
Yeah.
on the other ship come over to see what it is. They don't
I'm just diving. I go as deep as I possibly can.
You landed head first, right? So
Yeah.
they don't know, they don't see you, but it was loud enough that they noticed it on their ship, and now they're staring at the spot that you went down at. Luckily, it's the ocean and not a lake, so like there's already waves.
Yeah.
But now the two people on those ships are talking to one another, asking what is going on over on that ship.
That's perfect.
Kinda works.
They're looking at that side. I'm going over here.
All right, make the check.
Boom, boom. Oh god, another 2. What is going on? This is
Cease.
sneaky snacky. Yeah.
Okay. Everyone or everybody that's on top of the ship has moved on from that ship to the other one, and now there's an argument as to whether one ship threw the piton at the other ship, or if it really was the orcs. And now the orcs have sort of pulled together into a team, and the humans have pulled together in a team, but the humans from one ship are sort of not on the team with the other humans from the other ship, because it might have been
You
them.
can't sit with us.
I yell.
Split the party.
So a heated argument begins, and it sounds like the humans on that first ship over there might be yelling at them to shut the fuck up so they can go to sleep. You're not 100%. It sounds like a lot of people are getting upset over there.
I climb as I see that there's nobody on the top of this boat right now.
Correct.
Oh, I climb in. Is there anybody inside this one?
There are 8 people sleeping,
I kill them all.
mostly in hammocks. I just need 8 rolls from you to see that you don't get a 1.
Woo! 2 20s.
Go
And
Shayu.
if I'm not mistaken, at least 1-1. Or at least 1-2.
Yeah, there's a 5, there's a 2, there's a 3.
The 6.
Yeah, that's how we
Yeah,
do it.
A lot of very, very
And then I do the deep sea diver thing where I drop off backwards again like an idiot. Vroom.
blue.
And then I drill a hole in this bitch.
Alright.
Dang, man,
You
I'm making.
killed everybody inside before drilling a hole in it.
Yeah,
Well, he doesn't want to alert them.
I don't want the
Well-
boat to work.
All the people from that ship now are arguing, and you figure
Might as well kill them
it is
all.
a ticking time bomb as to when somebody goes below holds on the deck where everyone is arguing and sees 7 dead bodies.
I mean, I kept it clean.
Yeah, but there's 7 dead
but
bodies
blood.
with acid burns around the neck where they've just been sliced like 2 inches deep.
From over here, I just have my after I do the
Diver. Jump.
after I cut the hole in this one, I kind of poke my head above water and I yell this way, towards these people, and I just yell in common, help us deal with these fucking orcs, and then I dip my head right back underwater.
Make a streetwise check. But you're basically trying to start a fight, so I figured it's...
Yeah.
38.
Nice.
Right, and you just about get the intonation for
Yeah.
what a human accent should sound like. It's a little bit more difficult because you're a voice echoing around inside of a helmet.
Yeah.
But you're mostly there. Like, and in the
Yeah.
dark, when they can't see who's saying it, You hear people from that ship. They're like, oh no. And they go below decks, and then they come up with 6 humans, and they all march off.
Fuck yeah, I swim all right over here.
Causing trouble.
I've created them. This is gonna be great.
You're a
Chain
monster.
reaction from
I
this
love it.
failure.
Oh god, a fight's gonna start.
I like how, like, they were about to fight. I'm just sitting over here like, oh, yes.
Does this orc leave?
No, the orc is still standing there. He yells like at the humans as they walk away. He's like, "You've got a fucking job to do here. Where are you assholes going?" They all give him the finger and march off to go deal with whatever this problem is. And he's like, these goddamn amateurs. He's still standing. He's still patrolling the boat here.
Okay.
And you've got
Jair puts 2 in him.
You've got a notion. Well, he's also wearing a chain shirt.
So?
Yeah. Sneak attack.
You've got a notion that there may still be people sleeping underneath the deck, but they took at least 4 of those people with them.
Right. That's fine. I go to work on this one like normal.
Okay, so then 2 sneak checks and an
Yeah,
attack
I
check.
don't think I made the one for this one, so I need to do that real quick. Because I want to make sure I'm sweet.
Legit.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I don't even think I really needed a sneak check for that one, anyways.
Because everything was dead.
yeah.
And
there's
then
no
this
one
one, oh my god, 2 2s.
Jeez,
I'm really playing
you're
fire
riding
guy.
that line.
You really are.
Okay, that's enough time. All this is sort of coming to a head right here, but that's enough time. Nalera, because you move way slower than Xiaoyu underwater, you have time to attempt this on these 2 ships
That's fine.
right here, the 2 that are actually docked up in the harbor.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get fancy. I just she keeps doing what she does. She's dropped the crowbar at this point. She's not even interested. Like it's just slowing her down.
She's just sawing the ship open with a sword.
Yeah, she's just using her sword.
Okay, because of the way that these things are sort of like docked or parked up in here, you basically have to hang onto the dock if you want leverage, and saw
fine.
at the back of the ship here, like under the water line, because it's too deep, even like at this level.
Yep, she does it.
Okay, 2 sneak checks and then 2 attack checks.
Oof.
All right.
Oof, that was almost a 2.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh, why?
Oh!
All right.
Why did that happen, Derek?
Ouch.
DM Derek.
This is them. Just trying to notice what happened. Lucky for you. So
Lucky for you, there's some tomfoolery occurring.
not quite at the same time, but at the same time that the guy is getting tripped into the hole is when you're doing this here.
Do I hear this going on?
You can hear something, like you're below water, right? So you can hear
Yeah,
something
not very
going-
far though, because if I'm holding onto the dock for leverage.
Make a perception check. You can hear like there's a shout at one
Mer, mer,
point.
mer. Yeah, I don't hear shit. That's fine.
You're not sure what it is. There's a shout. It sounds like it's probably inhuman.
I don't care if they're coming for me. I have a job to do and I'm gonna do it.
All right. Yeah, but you cut perfectly. Like it's real nice. It's about a foot below the water line because that's where you found the most leverage using the dock. But when you puncture through like right into a bedpost, and your sword like catches for a second. There's someone asleep in the bed, and they stir, and they look like around the room, real. What the hell was that? And then pick up a bottle off the ground, take a swig from it, and roll over in bed.
I don't.
Frickin' waves, am I right?
However,
I don't get fancy.
However,
I don't get fancy.
water immediately begins to pour in, like, right over one side of his pillow, and you've probably got about 5 minutes before he realizes something is very wrong.
That's fine. I just go to the next one. I I just go to the next one.
And
I
this
can't get in there to murder him.
And this is
so
why
I just...
all of this is coming to a head, is you have enough people now that are about to notice that things are very wrong.
I just go to the next one.
With you, I'm gonna play this out.
Just go to the next one.
Alright. No natural ones.
Oh,
There's a 2 and a 20.
What? Take it to the back. Take it to the back. What?
These twos, man.
For realsies.
I know, right?
Wow, 2 15s.
Ooh.
Alright, you managed to slice this one just about a couple inches under the water line. It's clean. After the last ship, you've moved over like 2 feet from where you were sawing through before, and you're slightly higher up. You peek in through the hole. You can see there's a bed. It's against the opposite wall in this room. You can't tell if someone's in it. If they're in it, they're very, very still, and they've covered themselves with blankets. But you don't think there's a body in it.
Don't care. I keep moving.
Alright.
I just keep moving. It just keeps
Go,
not.
go, go.
I don't walk. I swim. But when I do hit land, I don't go around it. I do get up and walk.
Okay.
I do attempt to sneak.
Okay, so here's the point at which Zhao Yu has moved out of that ship. You have crawled up on land to sneak. You're on one side of a tree. Revan and Sandre are on the docks. The other guy has just, like, double-timed off with his 3 gold bribe.
I can see this ship here, so I know eventually, like when I get over here, the plan is to get in water. I'm just letting you know which direction I intend to go.
Yeah, but I'm
But
teleporting onto the boat. Yeah.
Revan and Sandre and Nalera, I need perception checks from all of you because there's a chance that you will see each other now. Ooh.
Ha, there's a chance I see something funny.
Oh my gosh, Sandre sees all the things! Sandre sees them!
Alright, Revan.
Sandre sees things.
Revan, you do not see Nalera.
I didn't even roll my sneak check though to see how high it is.
No, he's not going to see you because this coincides. This is right before he teleports up onto the ship, so he's not paying the most attention to begin with.
I'm in the ethereal plane.
Yeah,
Got it.
he's entering the ethereal plane. He's checking his passport right now. You don't want trouble going through that gate. Nalera, can I get a sneak check from you real quick?
Absolutely. I hope it's good. Cross your fingers and toes. It wasn't very
It
good.
was not very good.
Just about.
It wasn't very good, guys.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Ooh, it was better than that check though. I don't know if it was as good as that one. It wasn't.
So, the two guys, that guy's not going to notice you with the 16 because he's looking at Sandre and Revan for the most part. Like, he does a quick snap look, doesn't see anything because you're not in a directly lit area, I don't think. Let me see if Revan can see you.
I am not.
No, you're not. It's hard for me to tell because everyone that has night vision or whatnot
It's overlapping
is
right
all
now.
overlapping on my screen.
Yeah.
All right. But you crawl out. Sandre, however, does see you climbing up out of the rocks, or climbing up out of the water on the rocks and pulling yourself onto shore. You're dripping wet, but for the most part, you're doing a good job of like staying low. Do you say anything, Sandre? You see her, like, she clearly is trying to sneak.
Hey guys, there's an intruder. No, I'm joking.
Intruder!
Did Revan teleport onto the ship?
Yes.
And I'm gonna be like, yeah, just fine. Yeah, just teleport away from me. I'm just gonna sit here with my torch.
Okay.
I'll be here.
I'll be here if you need me.
Okay. So you've got a torch out.
Oh, all the lights came on.
Well, Sandra's holding a torch.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
It was that other guy's
It's a
torch that he
big
dropped.
torch.
Alright. So you pop up and what do you say to the crossbowman? Because we're all hitting the same time again here.
So,
So, in an attempt to avoid further confusion, I feel it is important that I converse with the rest of the crew then, correct?
What? No,
So it's just-
the guy looks at you and he's like, "What?"
What? I'm letting myself be known as I'm new in these parts. Me and my bodyguard.
What ship are you with?
The name of that shit, man.
You're like,
I don't even know. Help me out here.
He's so blunt with it. He's like, I didn't bother myself to remember the name.
I'm with blasting rock. She just dive into the water and throw the rock into the nearest crevice you can find.
I couldn't be bothered to remember the name.
That is I mean, I know that that's really how you feel about it, but you're gonna have to persuade him of that.
I know. I can persuade it. That's fine.
I mean, you can try.
It's a what check? A speaking check?
Yeah, charisma. Oh dang, and he did real good at misbelieving.
Oh, I was like so confused because you rolled your die at the same time I rolled mine. So it was just like, wait, I rolled a 19. Why did it say 15?
Why does it? Oh no, it's the opposite. It's the not good way. He looks at you and he's like, I may not know much about you mamby-pamby academy types, but I reckon that you probably look at the paperwork twice when you sign a contract. What's the name of the ship? And he reaches like to grab his crossbow. Like he's either trying to threaten you or his ire is up and he thinks something is wrong here.
Honestly, he's like, people are different. He sits down actually, like right in front of him, like hands, just completely, just like not trying. He's like, I wouldn't be able to recall. I have more important things to be concerned with than.
Okay,
names
can
of
I
ships.
shout an interjection here?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We haven't been inside the ship, but we're here to see Captain Antuka when he wakes up.
You stick him with the captain in Tuca.
So we're having this conversation in Orcish.
You're having this conversation in human.
But
I just
Sandra
see
can't
somebody pull out a crossbow.
Okay, so
Oh, okay.
so you shout in Orcish to them.
Yeah.
All right. He looks at Revan, and then he looks at Sandre, and he takes a step past Revan, and the other guy pulls his crossbow out, and isn't pointing it at you, but he's holding it like he's ready to do something. The guys on the other ship have both like focused in something is going on here, and they look at Sandre. Yes, Nalair, you can see there's an orc out there.
No. I was saying how far away I am.
Can I throw a knife at him?
Yeah, I mean, like if I like get up behind this tree, for example,
If I get into this tree, could I murk him?
I can murder him. I just got to get like in the branches. More. Gotta get in the branches like right here. But it's not my turn.
There we go. All right. It's so
Why
hard.
do you keep doing
It's
that?
so hard to do it because I'm trying to adjust it for the stream.
How can you do that? Like, am I moving the screen when I do that?
No.
No, it's just
Only
him.
I.
He's
Oh,
ship
okay. I was
cooking.
like, because I keep trying to move myself back, and I'm like, no, stop it! I don't want to be on the dogs of Sandre. They'll see me.
No. The mercenary with the crossbow guy. The mercenary guy with the crossbow looks down at Sandra and he's like, Captain Kuda doesn't have a ship. But I wouldn't expect someone like you to maybe possibly understand the difference, right? But I bet you're right good at killing people, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm hired for.
All right. He looks at you. He looks at the extremely odd behavior of Revan. and he starts to turn like he's ready to walk away when you guys all hear a shout come from below decks. It's in common, so Sandra, you don't understand it, but Nalera, you're going to hear this. Revan, you hear this.
Mm-hmm.
A shout from almost directly beneath you inside the ship. We've got a leak. The ship is sinking.
I'm just gonna say, what the fuck is going on now?
Alright. The two crossbow guys on your ship look across to the other ship and shout, grab a patrol, watch them, and then both of these guys go running for the hold down into the depths of their ship to see what's going on.
Watch us.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna tell Sandra.
Those guys get added to Revan's death list.
Tell Sandra, hey, they got a hole in their boat.
Oh no. I wonder what caused this.
I'm sure Sandra's not the smartest guy, but he can certainly put 2 and 2 together. Acid daggers.
Nobody heard Jayu yelling.
No? Is he yelling?
Zhao,
They
you
go on the
yelling?
other side.
Yeah, when he was yelling like, "Hey, these fucking guys!" Right?
Oh yeah, I did.
Well, he
Yeah,
wasn't
they did.
screaming. He yelled to the
Oh,
next
okay.
boat over, and those people responded.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay.
So
So,
Revan's just like, so should I go over there so you guys can patrol me, or?
Zhao Yu, I need a perception check from you real quick to see if you hear what's going on, because you're not overly far away from this now. You're like 120, 130 feet off. Okay, perception 22. You hear the shouting going on from somewhere around the cusp or the edge of the island from you, and you can see there are ships over there. You hear something about a leak. Watch them.
How's shit going down over here?
You can't see it, but there's a lot of people yelling at each other. A bunch of torches are out, and a lot of weapons are drawn.
Do I see this guy right here? Is he still here?
I mean, he's patrolling, so he's moved on a little bit. He's trying to do his job, unlike the rest of these guys.
Am I able to stand under this dock and see this way? Can I fire an arrow from here to over there? Or no?
Could you stand under that dock?
Under this dock so this guy wouldn't see me. And then have enough clearance that I can fire from under the dock all the way over here and shoot one of these orcs.
You could stand. You'd probably have to get in. Let's see, where are you? Let me pull the screen to you so that people can see.
Ooh!
He's in our darkness area.
Oh yeah,
I
they
can
can't
see
see.
him.
We're focusing on a black area.
Yeah, Revan won't be able to see.
You
Oh, I
guys
see him
don't see
now.
the lights down there?
I see him
I
now.
can, and so
On
can
the
Sandra,
ships?
but Revan can now.
I see him now. He's right here.
Yeah, okay. You would have to have solid footing. You could do it from here and attempt to hide amongst the rocks, but you'd have to be able to look just over the edge of the rocks to make that shot.
I'll do it.
So you could sneak there, but there is a chance that he would spot you.
This is
That's
where he
fine.
rolls the one.
Yeah.
I've already
So
done it.
you have already rolled a one. So I need a sneak check first against his perception.
Hey.
Oh wait, I
Not bad.
I saw that 5. I was like, ah,
Yeah, I know, right? Just don't roll a 20. Just
tighten up a little bit.
Just don't roll a 20.
He didn't.
One.
Oh, a natural one.
He did not roll a 20.
He looks right past you. He looks over you, right past you, and then he too is now looking over at the fight that's going on, trying to figure out what exactly it is.
This guy's within 1 increment, so I will plug 1 arrow into him.
All right.
Oh!
Oh, jeez.
Well, wait a minute. If I'm far enough away, that might just go sailing. I don't know.
All right, make the confirmation roll.
Jesus.
I mean, if you had to roll a 1, that was the one to do it on.
Right?
Okay, so that's
All right, so that shot, you pull it back, fire, and it shoots low, which happens often with bows. It shoots low and it just skids along the ground. Luckily, you're high enough that you're just over the rock cover. If you'd been beneath it, you would have hit a rock.
yeah.
It skids through the dirt and stops about here.
So no one would probably even see that.
The orc on the ship gets a perception check against that, but no one else has a light source close enough.
Hope he's not wise.
Please God, no.
It was probably just a
Oh,
bird.
fuck.
It's got feathers on it.
He looks over because a bunch of like dirt kicked up. He's looking at it. He's looking in that general direction.
Can I put 2 arrows in him?
Checks
Fuck.
for
It was a
you.
crossbow.
He doesn't see you, but he's looking around and can't quite figure out what it is that caused that.
Can I see him clearly?
Yeah, he's on a raised part of the ship, and he's fairly close to the edge.
Let me see what my sneak attack is. I might be able to kill him in 1 round.
If you triple shotted, you probably could.
Yeah,
Thinking
I
on these
drink my
1-round
potion
kills.
of initiative just in case I don't, because then I'll just
Oh.
get another round. Yeah, I
It's
pop
not a
it,
bad idea.
and then because in 2 rounds I'll kill almost anything. And then I do Snicker Snap into him.
Oh, geez. So, 2 of those would be misses if he was aware that you were attacking him. Just so that you
Right.
know.
Yep. And it only gets better with Hate's Courier.
And so you ignore half of armor.
Mhm.
You like it. He has a +4 cover bonus, but I believe you ignore that.
Yep. +3 because Hate's stacks.
Hate's Courier does a +1 and then a +2.
Yeah.
Alright.
So-
You just managed to crest. You're right underneath outright killing him, but you've knocked him well below the 0 line, so he's unconscious.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He falls off the boat to the left and into the water.
Ouch.
So now I get at least 1 perception check to see if they hear that.
Okay. God damn it. Fucking Christ, how many people do I have to kill? Someone's gonna
Wasn't it
come out of the
17?
boat.
I mean, it wasn't
and-
that 20.
Ah, fuck.
Now, one of the patrolling scouts here
What was that noise?
saw something and heard the sploop splash sound and comes looking over. Can I get a
What is he
sneak
wearing?
check?
Yeah. Fucking Christ.
25 against his 17. Okay, he doesn't spot you. He walks up to the shoreline and is like looking down with his torch held out and sort of cupping the top of his vision with the other one.
What is he wearing?
He's wearing it. It looks kind of like layered, like padded armor, like the kind. It looks lightweight but of decent protection. But he's got it open in the chest because it's actually somewhat warm.
He's an orc too?
No, he's a human.
Oh, even better.
He's a human walking around with one of the torches.
I do the same thing.
Walk around with a torch.
Second
No.
verse, same
Plus-
first.
Plus 3 arrows into him.
Oh!
Roll the confirmation.
Oh god. Thankfully he doesn't have time to react to the first one. But oh no!
Oh, jeez.
Oh god.
What's your dex?
Your bow breaks.
My dex is +4.
I thought it was on a 1 it breaks.
No, on a 1, there's a chance of it breaking.
I just joked.
Oh, okay.
The first arrow hits the rock like right in front of you, making like a loud stone on metal sound.
Mm-hmm.
He turns just in time. The 22 is enough to get him because he's not ready. And let's see, you ignore half. Roll the confirmation for the critical to see if it's if it confirms or not.
Yep.
No, the critical
sorry.
your actual roll.
There you go.
You don't have a. I thought you had a special one for it. A special like
crit?
button for the crit.
No, I don't.
Okay. The first one hits the rocks. He immediately like looks over. The second one catches him in the waist, and the third one punches him right through the throat. He's down, not completely dead, but he's gurgling out on the beach, dying.
I sneak over to him and then pull his body, fucking Metal Gear Solid style, into the water, and then I grab both of them and I just swim out with them.
The other guy looks back like just for a second, doesn't notice anything wrong, and continues on with the patrol.
They're the worst patrols.
Yeah, and
We
then
rolled a
after
nine.
I
I
just
know.
like
Why can't he do his job?
I slink their bodies into the sea. I come back up and I just stand like straight up on the thing, and I plug one arrow into this guy. Is that 115? Perfect.
That's 115.
There it is. And then I jump into the water and swim away.
Sploosh. Alright, you plug an arrow into him, 31, that's definitely a hit. He catches it. He's like, they're yelling. Most of them are holding torches in one hand. Some of them have their weapons out in the other, and they're like shouting at each other. You plug him right in. It's not your solar plexus. What's on the side beneath your chest?
Like your kidneys?
Your rib?
Well, that's the organ.
Your rib cage?
I don't know.
Below the rib cage on the side. Whatever. You catch
Oh,
him.
like the diaphragm?
Yeah, you catch him about 3 inches below the rib cage on the left side of his body, and he looks at the arrow like it's not enough to kill him, but he looks at the arrow and he starts gasping, and he just looks around for like who could have shot. People see the blood, and immediately weapons come out and blood starts flowing.
Oh yeah.
God.
All right.
Oh my God.
And that's where we're gonna stop because it's 7 minutes till 8,
No.
and we don't have time for a 40-minute combat.
Oh god, yes. I've done it, gentlemen. Beautiful.
All right, but yeah, that's where we'll stop the stream. We missed a stream before because of the hurricane. We normally do 3 and then take a break, but this is the first one for another set of 3. So we'll be on next week and the week after that. So we'll pick up immediately where we left off here next Sunday.
Sweet.
Thanks for coming and watching, guys.
Good game.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have more than 6 watchers this week.
We'll see what
It could change.
happens.
6 watchers
Get
is the most that
crazy.
we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
7, no?
all right. All right. Well, thanks for coming,
He's
guys.
on YouTube.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll get him on YouTube. I'll make sure.
Bye.
That happens.